Hello, everyone, and of course, John and Matt aren't on screen. Hold on. There we go. And now I'm two places. Okay. I knew this was gonna happen. Hold on. Hold on. No, it's fine. It can start scuffed. I'm looking at myself! Hello, me! No. Hold on. We got in a raid! Leah Sky! Hello! Don't worry about all of these things that I'm doing. Yeah, right? Right? Usually it is just me. Usually it is just me. That's fair. That's fair. Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot. You guys have there we go. I muted you guys for the front.
We have been unmuted.
There we go. There you go. You've been unsilenced.
We're out of
There we go.
Of jail.
We're all good now. Hi everybody.
Hello.
While we went live, John was like, let's put your camera on Discord. I'm like, I'm gonna have to rearrange a lot of stuff live if we're doing that, so that's what we just did. But hello everybody, welcome on in. Leah Sky, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Hello, yes, you can hear all of the beautiful people. We've got a bunch of stuff going on. We're playing Icon today. I'll let Nico explain what the fuck that is in a second. But I just want to say hi to everybody real quick. Hello, Lemon, Leah, thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream and what were you up to? Alistair, welcome on in. Magnus, Haku, Rahara, Danny, Lemon, Matt, John, Nico. Of course. Thank you so much, Nico, for the 68 months. And, Emily. There we go. Those are all the people I've seen in chat. Hello. Welcome on in. I love Icon so much. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm very, very excited. As you know, we're gonna be playing the game that, birthed Lilia and Renly and Click. Hey! Leah Sky! Thank you so much for the 62 mods! Happy Icon Day. We were playing Persona 5 Royale. Hell yeah. Very good.
Ooh. Good game.
Yes, you've been... how close are you to the end of that? You've been playing that one for a long time. For a long time. Yes, John has glasses danglies. John, is this because you can't have big earrings under the headphones? I have big earrings under the headphones because I'm insane. But I also have glasses danglies.
Yeah, I do. I have glasses danglies because I have huge over-the-ear headphones, and also because my ears aren't pierced. So.
Yeah, it's true. Your ears aren't pierced.
But y'all both can rock big dangly earrings. I can see it.
Yeah, you can't see mine.
Should get my ears pierced.
You should.
Should get matching earrings, like one on each.
That would be very cute.
That would be cute. But yeah, welcome on in, everybody. Yeah, we are playing Icon, the game that I muted you guys again. That was not on purpose. I clicked the thing.
I was gonna say, if Millie is still there pushing buttons, how dare you, Millie?
You look way different than I anticipated, Nico. Oh.
Oh.
I get that
often.
He's got a really like high pitched voice for how long haired and bearded you are.
His ears declares. Yeah, I go in there so like a teenager can get out a fucking slice of lemon and a sewing needle.
Yeah, that's not.
They have a gun.
They have a gun. They don't.
And it's not great.
That was cleaned once in 1997.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Go to a tattoo and piercing shop. It will be a way better experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get your tattoo and your piercing in the same day. Anyways,
your tattoo,
and then get my ears pierced.
Don't slice me.
Teardrop.
My skin's crawling just thinking about it. But yeah, okay. We're playing Icon with Lilia, Renly, and Click Clack. This was who we birthed Lilia from this game. You're gonna see a lot of art of Lilia on this side of the screen. A lot of the art has been made by our lovely community because I did a Draw This in Your Style. And we, for the Draw This in Your Style goal, Nico said if we doubled the goal, we would do an Icon one-shot, which is what we're doing today. You guys doubled the goal, you drew a bunch of Lilia, and now we're playing Icon. It's gonna be great. So, Nico, why don't you take it away and tell us what the heck Icon is and why we're playing
yeah.
it?
So we are going to be playing Icon today. Icon is a TTRPG made by the absolute mad lad Tom Bloom. Some of you may know him for his webcomic Kill 6 Billion Demons. He is also one of the two main creative forces behind Massive Press, who have made Lancer and are currently developing Icon. We'll be playing the 1.5 playtest version of Icon. There is rumors currently that a 2.0 version is coming out soon. So I'm very excited for that. Until then, you can find the 1.5 playtest version of this game on Massive Press's itch. It is completely free. I highly recommend giving this game a go. It is incredibly fun, really unique in a lot of fun ways, especially when it comes to combat. What is Icon really? It is epic fantasy in a very JRPG inspired way. In that you are playing larger than life characters who are very much the destined heroes of their stories, who very much become the focal point of change within their respective world and story. The game kind of represents that throughout your adventure by putting you in what it calls chapters, which is basically kind of similar to the way that D&D handles it with its adventuring tiers, except that here the chapters actually do mechanical stuff for the game, where as you progress through the story, your characters become more powerful in the things that they can do in a very nondescript way that allows you as a GM and also you as a player to really have fun with what your character can actually do outside of combat. Yeah, Mag, it's definitely there's a lot of 4E in this. It is also heavily inspired by Final Fantasy and especially Final Fantasy Tactics. A lot of what we're probably not going to be seeing, or what we're not going to be seeing today because of time constraints, quite frankly, is going to be the tactical combat side of Icon. We'll mostly be doing the narrative part of it. So that means you're going to be seeing a lot of D6 dice pool rolls. You're going to be seeing a lot of clocks and just good old narrative powers that come from each of the characters' bonds. That's kind of the short version of what Icon is, and I think it is time for us to really dig into the story of today.
I'm very excited. But also, did you mention that he also made Lancer, which is a thing that I think more people.
Yes,
yeah.
Lancer is the other big release that Massive Press has done so far. Obviously, Tom Bloom is an absolute monster of a workhorse, and he also released 3 other games last year, all of which I highly recommend. Obviously, there is Magna Gothica Malagast, if you're into the more war gamey side of tabletop gaming. That one's really cool. It's about necromancers in this dying hell city that are fighting for control over death itself, basically. There is Kane, which I also really am looking forward to playing sometime this year, which is basically what if Jujutsu Kaisen was mixed with the SCP Foundation, where you're playing Exorcist trying to contain these psychic demon manifestations. Very, very bloody, very horror-centric game. highly recommended. And I'm sure there's at least one more thing that I'm forgetting because that man doesn't sleep.
Oh yeah, Mag said that he did a western called Gun.
Yes, yeah. Again, the guy just doesn't stop. But yeah, we'll be
Western
playing
called
Icon
Gun.
today. We'll be playing Icon today. Let me actually throw in a link to the Massive Press itch, specifically to the Icon playtest, so that people can get their own copies of this in chat.
Also, that it's also very Zelda and Ghibli inspired, or and it mixed into it, and I agree completely.
Yeah, especially in like the art style of it. I think it takes a lot of cues from like Zelda and Nintendo titles in general.
Also, no humans or humies.
Yeah, no humans.
There are no humies in here. There's
Before we get too bogged down in like the minutia of what all
That's fair.
is and
That's
isn't in the game,
Yeah, that's fair.
I put a link to it in chat. If you're interested in the game, definitely check it out. I highly recommend it. We've played a couple of sessions already, and it's really fun. It is really fun, and we haven't even gotten really to the big juicy bits of the game that I think really set it apart from other TTRPGs of its ilk. Without further ado, though, as soon as I take a sip of this,
Sip
up, everybody, sip up.
Hydrate.
Yes.
Are going to start with today's story, as we come off of a small adventure that this group has had in a location called Saltbreak, near the coast of an not unknown but rather forgotten continent on Ardeneld. They recently made their way over here in an attempt to find new ruins and undiscovered locations of the long forgotten Arkan Empire, a force that ruled Ardeneld about 1,000 years ago with an iron hand, and then one day simply vanished. Ruins of the Arkan Empire have recently resurfaced, however, and a lot of these ruins are being pilfered and stripped clean of any and all Arkan technology and artifacts of the past by people trying to make a quick buck. That is not the intention of this group, however, as Lilia, you are more interested in the rich history and window that these locations may provide into who and what the Arkan Empire truly were. In doing so, you have found yourself with some unlikely allies in a time of need. Click-Clack and Renly, who, to be frank, kind of saved your ass back in on your home continent. You have since traveled together for quite a while and have made the trip over to this new land in order to find more, find older, find things that have not yet been pilfered, have not yet been desecrated. Things that might help you understand a little bit more about what happened 1,000 years ago. As you made your way, you came into Saltbreak, a small fishing and mining town at a cliff coast, and you had a little adventure as you ventured up Vagabond Hill, not necessarily famous, but definitely memorable location here on this in this new world. And you found an old ruin of an Arcan opera house where, after a bit of delving and a pretty challenging combat encounter, you found yourself in the possession of an truly exquisite artifact. And it is exactly because of this artifact that the three of you now find yourself deeper in the continent, past Vagabond Hill, past the valley. You are now setting foot into the Titan Scar Savannah. It is very, very hot, very, very dry, and very, very windy as you leave the mountains behind and take step into these vast, flat lands. You specifically, Lilia, coming from an island region with a more temperate climate, the heat isn't what makes you suffer a little bit. It's the dryness.
Yeah.
The dust in the air that fills your lungs with every breath. It's uncomfortable, and you are very much looking forward to finding some respite in the nearby town of Crom, the last bastion of civilization before you truly make it into uncharted territory. Renly, as the three of you move through the heat, you feel something that you are uniquely attuned to. Not as an Aethrin, that is a sensation that you are very familiar with at this point, but rather as a Spellblade. There is a distinct static in the air. There's a thunderstorm starting to build up.
When did we last check the map? Do we know how far out from Crom we are?
You are probably about an hour, maybe 2, until you reach your destination, but it is... The weather is changing fast on this continent. You've noticed so as you were in Saltbreak, and it only seems to be more volatile the further inland you've made it. So you know that while the journey ahead of you is not a long one, it might be a difficult one.
Yeah. I think Renly would simply pose that question to, I assume Lilia has the map.
Mm-hmm.
Lilia seems like she would be in possession of the map. Lilia, how far out from Crom are we? About an hour at this point?
2.
2?
2.
2.
Unless we run. And I don't want to.
just a heads up, there's a thunderstorm coming. And I think like Renly says that, and in the space between Lilia going, how could you possibly, like mid-thought, there's like a peal of thunder in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't have to jog. I just don't know quite how nasty it's going to be out here. It feels, there's like a sort of static.
How close is it, do you think?
Closer than you want it to be.
As you say that, the wind
Fine.
picks up and clouds start rolling in fast. Clouds full of electricity, seeming all too eager to unload.
I'm imagining that most.
Oh, sorry, go for it.
No worries. I was just imagining that most of the terrain is pretty flat, and there's like sparse vegetation, right?
Very sparse. There's grasses and the occasional like acacia-like tree,
Right.
but that's about it. It's mostly like sandy, rocky terrain here. There are, as you've kind of made your way through the Titan-Scar Savannah, you have noticed the odd like rock formation kind of sticking out of the ground in weird angles.
Mm-hmm.
You've also noticed, like, especially Lilia, I think you would have noticed this as you were going along. A lot of those rocks are kind of sticking, pointing into the same direction.
Mm-hmm. Is it the direction that we're walking?
It is not the direction that you're walking. It is kind of, I would say, 60 degrees to the side. It is like somewhat the right direction, but off to the side.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
Yeah. Click's just gonna say the Talls don't want to be out here when the lightning strikes.
Definitely not. And as you say that, there is lightning visible, audible in the distance that is starting to strike the flat of the savannah.
Yeah. Lilia puts her book that she was reading into her waterproof backpack.
Renly's just going to
case.
take his Renly's just going to take his coat, which I think is probably wrapped around his waist, fold it up, and then put it in Lilia's backpack with the book.
Yeah, I was like, take all of the metal off of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, very, like, Breath of the Wild, get rid of all of your metal equipment, and, like...
Very smart.
Yeah.
Renly keeps the sword, but that's because he's a lightning mage, so...
Yep.
I think Click's gonna keep their weapons. Like, I don't see them getting rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
And also, they're way smaller, so...
Yeah.
In all fairness, they're gonna get striked last.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Lilia, I think... I don't know. I would say Lilia would wrap Scheherazade up in her like, kimono cloak thingy. Just to, like... And then, like, put that behind her, too. Just to, like, not have the metal, like, out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just wrap Scheherazade. Because I didn't used to have a metal weapon, but now I do. And I'm, like, 8 feet tall.
Yep.
Living rod.
So, like...
This is a good opportunity to remind our viewers of who and what Scheherazade is,
Mm-hmm.
if you would like.
Yes. So, as you can see in a lot of the things over in the pictures over here, Scheherazade is my staff. I have a brand new, very cool staff that I can use to amplify my magic. But also, it is a Arden artifact that I found in the last ruin that we were in the Opera House. and I got basically like a vision quest from the artifact saying that I could find this like long lost like trove of like stories and information as long as I find like pieces of the past that were connected to Scheherazade that to like level her up, basically. And
Yeah.
it was very cool.
Small correction.
Yes.
Scheherazade is not actually an Arcan artifact.
Oh, it's not an Arcan artifact?
No. She's older.
Oh. I see. Okay. So it was like, okay, cool.
It was just
played
in
in
Arcan
like
possession.
It was just an Arcan possession. Got it. Okay. It was very cool. Very, very, even more ancient artifact than the Arcan Empire, which is even sexier to Lilia than.
I think, like, as Lily is wrapping up the staff, Renly's like, so you two still, like, talking? Like, is there, like, a bit of a rapport still? Like, anything, like, sort of new kernels of wisdom?
Not yet. I'm hoping that whatever we find in this desert will, sort of help wake her up a little bit. She's, I mean, been asleep for thousands of years, so I would have a hard time waking up from a coma like that myself, so.
I mean, it's hard enough waking up from a nap.
Yeah. Fair. So, not yet, but soon, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
Can Renly kind of get a sense, like, just sort of take a breath and close their eyes and see if they can kind of like ride the static out to the and extend their sort of spellblade awareness out to get a sense for like how much time do we have before this storm is on us and how bad is it going to be?
As you're doing this, there is a crashing sound about half a mile away from you.
Click starts running.
I don't
Pull
want to
themselves
run!
And you get the distinct feeling that you have maybe minutes as the winds start picking up and there is like an actual storm that is facing you at this point. Very interestingly though, no rain. It is mostly dust.
Damn it.
And these weird particles that, like more even than sand, as you are being hit by it, start kind of grating at your skin.
Oh. God damn it. I was really hoping for wet.
As the storm picks up, I have prepared a clock for you.
Oh no.
Clock, 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 clock.
Is it the
This
blue circle up
is-
there?
Yes, this is to represent your ways of protecting yourself from the storm as you make your way to Crom.
Mm.
You have one roll each, and for each segment on this clock, unticked as you get there, all of you will take 1 stress.
Ugh. Okay, it's a good thing I upped my endure.
I imagine that Click Clack only has a couple pieces of like clothing, like right now they're just wearing pants. So like, I imagine them like maybe taking out a spare, like I don't know, like maybe another pair of pants or something. I don't know, and like putting it over their head and just poking eye holes in it, and then taking some rope from their pack and kind of tying it around so that like now there's not going to be a bunch of dust and like whatever those particles are in their face, to get ready to like try to push through.
Sweet. Go ahead and I made the cheat sheet and I didn't open it for myself. Hold on.
Is that gonna be like a tinker?
I think this is going to be either a tinker or an Excel roll.
I got 1 in tinker, so.
Actually, yeah, I think it's going to be a tinker roll for sure.
Okay. No. Hold on. I do not want to use Heart of Hearts right now, but is there anything I can do? Like, I could take like a strain or something to get an extra die?
Yes.
All right, I want it to increase my chances by 1, so. Come on. I rolled 2 5s.
Yeah, that's a success.
And I will increase my strain by 1.
Sweet. The cost for this one, because you don't get a clean success, is going to be a very minor thing. As you tie up everything, the wind kind of starts picking up, and a few of your rations just kind of get picked up and blown away. But you do
Aw.
manage to really wrap up everything else, and most importantly, prevent yourself from being hurt by just the force of wind blowing sand and these weird particles at you. And
It's is that
Manage.
effort or that was strain?
strain, yes.
Okay. So
Sorry,
it's
no,
strain.
you spend an effort.
I got it. I got it. It was an
Yeah,
effort.
you don't take
Okay.
strain.
Got it.
Who wants to go next?
I can go next. I think Renly would probably try and, like, wind magic is sort of their ballpark.
Mhm.
Although, because Renly is a spellblade and not like a more traditional rite, I think their approach to it is more what a more delicate rite might call brutish, which is I think Renly is just going to try and use their sword to just kind of make like cuts in the wind in front of them, so that it kind of like flows around them.
Mhm. If I remember correctly, you do have a combat ability that allows you to basically create a wind wall, correct?
I do actually. That's I think that's it's called something cool. Not that one. Oh yeah, Aether Wand.
Yeah. I will definitely allow that to be a boon for you for this roll.
Okay, cool. Is boon +1 die?
That is plus 1d6, correct?
Cool. Are we calling this smash?
Honestly, yeah. You're smashing your way through the wind that is coming at you.
It's I really do envision this to be. It's not like Renly fighting is a very pretty thing. This is just like slash. We run forward a few steps. Slash. We run forward a few steps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got my highest is a 5 here, and I have 2 of those.
Sweet. That is a success. Success again and minor cost. Mostly gonna be narrative thing again. I think as you keep like taking the front, very minor. You do get kind of the brunt of anything that is coming from the front, which means you will take minor, like, not necessarily scarring, but like abrasions from these particles hitting your face, and especially your sword arm over and over.
Yeah. I imagine Renly's response to the combination of the sand and mysterious grit is just like in between slashes. It's like, my bath is going to be a religious experience this evening. Like,
Sweet. All right. 2 segments filled. If you get a crit on this one, Bree, none of you take damage.
I would love to not take damage. However, Lilia has nothing in her kit that is good for withstanding anything other than just her sheer body. So,
Well, get creative.
I was like looking over it and I'm being like, I don't have much. I mean, I have a few movement things in my stuff, like I can teleport us a little bit.
Yeah.
Or I could do a bunch of like blessings on people to like make it so that their like vigor and stuff is better over time. So I think probably all that I don't have anything that I can do to like help myself, but I have things that I can do to help others. So like I'm going to like boon up Renly as much as I can, and just like very
use kind of a basic warding spell to just boost the resilience of the group. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Can I use my really big and broad sword to kind of be like a shield between the wind and Lilia? Because like I could do an endure roll if you want for that.
You can do an endure roll as a setup roll,
or just help. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
or you could spend an effort to aid.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you spend an effort, which means that Bree gets a boon on her roll, which is +1 die.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also get a boon for the ability that you have, which means you get +2d6 on this roll.
Heck yeah.
And then I would say for magic, especially for her magic, I think I would let you use either study or probably endure for this one.
Yeah. They're both 2, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that was my lovely blessing ability, so. Alright, so I get 4 dice?
4d6, correct.
4d6.
And if you get 2 6s, that's a crit.
Okay. Beautiful dice noises. I do not get a crit, but I do have 1 6 and a 5 and a 4.
That's a success, no downside.
Yeah.
As you pick up kind of the middle position, or honestly, you'd pick up the rear as Click kind of goes in front of you and starts using his sword to push forward. You kind of code everyone in this very, very like basic but effective warding magic. I imagine this very much in the style of Frieren, where it's just like this very basic shielding spell, kind of directed into the direction of the wind. It doesn't quite keep you all completely safe though.
It's like I'm holding a magic umbrella on everyone's side, like.
Yeah, very much. However, as the wind kind of picks up and as the lightning strikes get more frequent, the 3 of you do eventually make it to Crom. However, you're not quite. The experience definitely leaves a toll on you. You are all taking 1 strain, but you do arrive mostly safely.
Okay, we'll take it.
You make it to Crom, which is located at the foot of the Dawnstride Plateau. The Dawnstride Plateau being a very large rock formation in the middle of the Titanscar Savannah. This, obviously, being at the foot of the rock already gives you a lot of protection from the wind, at least from one direction. On top of that, you immediately make it into a large building very near the entrance of this township, which kind of stands open as you come in. Somebody is kind of like seeing you approach and is opening the door for you and kind of ushering you in. The buildings here are all made out of stone, with very few wooden features, mostly just the doors and part of the windows. But other than that, most of it is made out of this very like sandstone-ish rock that has these very like weird marbled red and gray patterns on it. It is a peculiar type of stone that you haven't quite seen anywhere else. But as you have approached the Dawnspire Plateau, you definitely do recognize that this is mined from here. But yeah, you make it in. You're all a little bit bruised up from the storm. But all in all, not too bad. The person that kind of let you in introduces themselves as Harold. He is the kind of innkeeper of this inn that you stumbled your way into. He is an older man. You would probably place him end of 40, early 50s. He's a I do get them mixed up, but he is a... What is their type again?
One of the beast folk?
Yeah, he's one of the beastkin. He is specifically... Hold on.
Is he a Lopen?
Not a Lopen, but a...
Guru? Is he bird-like?
No, he is technically a goat-headed beast folk. I do not remember what they are called. There is like a specific name for the
There's the Laredo,
for the
the
fawn-like.
Oh,
people.
okay.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, white
Yeah, they're
goat,
not listed, but yeah.
big thick horns that kind of curl in to fine points. And a white beard that is kind of like halfway down to his chest.
Oh. Is it the Karuki? Not that it matters.
Doesn't
I
matter.
gotcha. Yeah.
Doesn't super matter.
Yeah.
He goat boy.
Is it? He a goat man.
He a goat man.
Lad, and he kind of gets you situated as you brush yourself off. The storm outside still raging. You get food and drink. You kind of settle down for a minute. And you've made it. You got to your destination. The storm outside begins to settle after about an hour or so. And you manage to kind of get your bearings in this area. What would you like to do?
The first thing Click Clack does after they drop their gear, like just like a thick thud, is like kind of hover as they just kind of like vibrate by shaking their wings, all the loose dust off of their shell and stuff.
That's very cute.
Renly,
yeah.
Renly's probably going to do something similar that in like once before they go to like fall face first into one of the beds and like wait. And then we'll just like run a finger over the gem in the pommel of their sword and like use a little bit of static charge to just like all of the dust out of them and their clothes. And then like do you want me to if you'd like to Lilia.
Sure. Lilia is in the middle. She like has in the corner. She's unwrapped her like her shirt and is just like opened it up and it goes just so much dust.
Yeah. Renly's just going to like again
Just
like run a thumb over the
just at the boobs to the corner, just opened up her shirt to like get the
Like-
dust out of her titties.
Renly will just walk over behind her and go like that, like kind of rub their hands together and like a few little sparks of static, and then just go like boop, on the coat, on the coat. So I imagine there's like that feeling of like all the hairs on like your arms, legs, like your head stand up just a little bit, and then all the dust just goes boop, to the floor.
It's a little bit of sonic cleaning.
You get used to it.
Randy, as you look at the dust kind of collecting on the floor, you once again notice the weird, like, dark grayish particles mixed in with the sand.
I think like Renly will scoop some of it up as Lilia like shuffles her robe back on, and just like collect a little bit in their palm. Be like, does this remind you at all of? Can't talk right into it.
Sorry.
Does this remind you at all of the like gemstones we found in the Arkan ruin back at Vagabond Hill?
Weren't the gemstones green?
Yeah.
Blue?
Well, they were, but those were like charged, and these are like grayish. So I don't know if there's like kind of.
You.
Well, I mean, I can determine the mineral compound if you'd like. I have the mineral compound registered of the other ones, so I could determine the mineral compound of this one and see if they're related.
Yeah, you have a sample of the etherite crystal that you can cross-reference this with.
Mm-hmm.
As you pull out the card and channel your magic into it, the writing on it becomes, or the information engraved into it becomes visible. And
just like a little hologram.
You compare and very quickly come to the conclusion that this is not the same material.
All right, well.
As expected,
And-
not related, but still interesting. I'll record the compound on a different card.
And as you do, and I'll give you this information for free because it is not necessarily terribly complicated to figure out what this is.
Mhm.
For anyone versed in alchemy, even slightly, there are pieces of iron mixed in the sand.
Ooh.
Interesting. Just like
Yeah.
pieces of like pure
Iron
iron.
shavings, like as if someone had taken like pure like iron bars and grated them into like iron shavings.
That's bizarre.
You said that the rock formations we saw outside were like kind of all pointed the same direction, which is like kind of killed away
Yes.
from the town a little bit.
It would be is iron
I will
iron
also
magnetic?
say, iron is magnetic
That's
and
what I thought.
conductive. Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay.
I will also say, as you were getting closer to the town, you also noticed that the closer you got to the town, the rock formations kept pointing in the same direction. So they kind of, like, from your point of view, they started shifting over to that
Yeah.
direction.
Like shifting to be more like so it's like they're pointing
So
at,
like they're all pointing at one spot.
at one spot. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is probably almost a like finishing each other's sandwiches sort of like exchange between. Do you think that because they were all pointing in the
Then
like
it must be
just, like,
it must be magnetic. Like
an impact crater?
sure. Could be anything really. There's a lot of weird stuff, but an impact crater, there could be a large magnetic stone repository, like blah 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 blah. There could be a pole, there could be a shifted pole around, like
Like
All
Renly
tight-
like
all
pulls a
Titan's
compass
card.
out of their gear, like.
Oh, that is a great point. as you pull out the compass and look at it, you do realize that it is not pointing north, or like
Yeah.
as the sky is now where you are clear again. The compass is not pointing where you would expect north to be. It is pointing in the direction that the storm was traveling in.
Oh, that would make sense.
Like Renly like punches the air and goes for a high five.
You gotta jump.
Physi-
I don't put my hand
physically-
down.
no, absolutely.
I'm a bitch. I don't put my hand down. You gotta jump for it.
No, Renly, I imagine straight up has perfected the technique for using just a little bit of wind magic to jump to the perfect height to high five Lydia.
And he perfected
Like a
that
little-
before he even knew her.
Renly traveled with a bunch of churners. Like Renly's used to Trog. Like it's a good bit. A little
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense that the storm would be following the magnetic pull of things. That's usually how, you know, the rotation of planets works and how weather works, so that would make sense.
Back to sweeping
Yeah.
the dust.
Click just kind of points out, it's like the area is called Titan Scar, so that might be the scar.
Ooh. I like your thinking, Click. Very interesting. Okay, well, I would also like a bath and dinner.
Oh, I would kill for a bath right about now.
So if you guys could take care of that, I could like compile all of this data we just collected and you know, compile it all and make it so that we have like a more clear understanding of where we have to set out for tomorrow, cuz if you thought we weren't going to be following those stones, you were mistaken.
I think Renly will pop down to the main room to on the way. I would be like, I would be disappointed if we went.
Good.
But pops downstairs to Harold and requests a couple of baths.
Yeah, they are. The bathing room is set up for you, as he is preparing dinner in the kitchen. The three of you take a breather. Do you want this? I will say for this entire expedition. This is to quickly explain a mechanic for the people that don't know how Icon works. In Icon, as you go on missions, so to speak, you get a limited amount of camps. A camp is basically a way for you to restore your characters, both for like the tactical combat side for their HP, as well as for the narrative side, their strain and effort. I assume since we're still very early on and you haven't taken too much, you don't want this to be your one camp that you get for this
No.
expedition,
Yeah.
correct?
I don't think we need to take like a formal camp. This is just narratively speaking, like, oh god, we were traveling for days in a desert, and then there was a dust storm, and Christ, I need a bath.
Yes.
Can I have ways of getting my effort reset? So
Yeah, same.
I'm okay.
I do want to give you the chance because it fits narratively, but I expected you to not take it. Right, you finish kind of getting yourself cleaned up, eat your food, and at this point it's quite late, so you decide to spend the night in the inn and compile your information of the region and everything that you've discovered so far, and spend the night here. And on the next day, the weather is fair. You are greeted by breakfast in the dining room in the main hall of the room of the inn, and plan your further excursion into the Titan Scar Savannah.
Yeah, I imagine like all the usual, like picking up some rations from Harold.
Yeah, for sure.
Some Red, desanding all of our all of our gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do we have any maps that the locals might have that we could copy or work off of? I know we're kind of at the edge of the map here, but
Well,
just like a little bit of local sort of like dish on what's where.
we can ask around.
Yeah. I will also say you haven't seen much of Crom yet. You've mostly just gotten into the city, and like the third building that you came across, you dipped into to get out of the storm.
Yeah.
So like spending some time to just survey the city might give you some pointers.
Henley is awake and very caffeinated, and that sounds like a great idea to have.
Go for it.
All right. As Renly, are you going alone or are you taking the others with you?
If the others want to take a little stroll around Crom and get the lay of the land, then Renly will take whoever wants to come with them.
I mean, I'll go buy a map. See if there's any good books.
I'll tag along just so that I can stretch the wings, as it were.
Sweet.
Excellent.
The three of you leave the inn onto the kind of main street. The main street kind of goes down towards the Dawnstride plateau, and then T sections off in two directions as the city kind of wraps around the rock. And the first thing you notice as you come towards the T intersection is a very large gated kind of estate at the foot of the Dawnstrider Plateau. There are several guards standing around the perimeter. They all seem like independent contractors. Like, they don't seem like a city guard necessarily, more like mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
But also not like the highest. Like, you've seen a lot of different mercenary companies as you were traveling with your caravan. These don't seem like the high end of what like money can buy, but they do seem competent enough that like messing with them is probably a bad idea for most people.
Yeah, you're run of the mill mercenary.
Yeah. You can't really make out a lot of the estate from where you were currently standing. You do see a large kind of runway up to the, or not runway, kind of a driveway almost, up to the main house. And you see a couple of other buildings on the same kind of, in the vicinity of it, all surrounded by a big wall, and a big iron gate in front of it, with, again, two guards standing at the gate and a couple of guards patrolling around on the walls. Most of them carrying spears, some of them also with crossbows. Very high security. You also see a quarry off in the distance, kind of at the far, like, you technically outside of what the main town would be, past the palace, kind of not palisades, but like kind of the walled perimeter of Crom. And you do see a couple of like shops that sell like various different items. There's kind of a home goods basically that just sells the run of the mill stuff that everyone might need for their daily workings. There's a blacksmith around as well. Everything that you would expect from your standard town. You also notice a distinct lack of distinct features other than that in this town. It very much feels like everything that this town needs to function is here, but it lacks a real identity. Like, there is no statues around, for example. There is no parks. There is no, like, recreational spaces. It very much feels like a town that is function over form in all, like, most, if not all ways.
Very rugged.
Very Spartan.
Very
as
rugged.
as Matt said.
Very young.
Yeah.
Like, a
It's
lot of the
giving-
buildings aren't even fully finished. As you look towards, like, the outskirts of the intersection, kind of the main road that splits off, you see a lot of, like, half-finished buildings off in the distance.
It's giving like Wild West, like Gold Rush town, kind of like mining town, kind of vibes to it.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Oh, and one more thing that you see in the opposite direction of where the quarry is. The quarry is kind of on the east kind of side of the town, as it's kind of wrapping around the Dawnsfire Plateau. On the eastern side, there's the quarry off in the distance. On the western side, there is you can see in the distance a couple of very brightly colored tents that are set up within the perimeter of the walls, but outside of where the most of the buildings are.
Alright.
Caravan.
Could be.
Charters.
Khajiit have many wares to sell. Sorry.
Khajiit have wares if you have coin.
Yeah.
I think given the option between like main drag, heavily guarded place, and maybe like some roaming folk with whom Renly would be familiar with the custom, Renly would probably choose the latter and pop over and see if that's like a caravan of churners or something like that, or another band of adventurers that they might like pick up some rumors or something from.
Yeah.
And like Click's just kind of literally hovering alongside.
I imagine, like, as they're walking away from the manor, and it's like, seems like an appointment only kind of place, but we can stop by if we don't get much out of it. Well, we can stop by later.
Which
In a
is,
place like
really...
this, talking to rich people is probably not a good thing.
Talking to rich people's never a good thing.
You said it, not me.
Unless they have a library.
It's true.
I don't like books.
Lily just looks at you and looks back at her book that she is currently reading. She's like hearing everything you guys are saying and also reading a book at the same time. Lily is
imagine,
never
like-
not reading a book.
I imagine that Lilia has had her eyes glued on the book the entire time as
Yeah.
they were walking.
Mhm.
And then as Click says, I don't like books, it's like the first time that she like takes her eyes off for a second.
Yeah, takes her eyes off me like, really?
And then
Friendly's
follows it
just-
up with, I'm much more of a scroll person with, like, you know, diagrams for combat maneuvers. It's, you know, very simple.
Love me a good scroll. Love me a good scroll. But like, there's something just so moving, exhilarating about like really good romance. You know, like just I'll. You know what? Next time we're somewhere closer to the center of civilization, I'll find you a good, nice epic.
Sure.
As you
I
make
mean,
your
I'm
way
reading
over
about
to-
alchemy, but...
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's-
Lydia's
she's
never
reading,
reading, Lydia's never reading novels. It's always science books.
Yeah. It's not even
They're
like science
they're
books, it's like straight up
Papers.
the like
Yeah.
papers. Yeah,
Like
it's like
essays.
academic papers.
yeah. Lilia is the person that reads the you skim the what's it called, the abstract, and you just go straight into the paper.
Yeah. I just go
Yeah.
straight into the paper. I'm just like, I pulled out a new book about alchemy and metalworking, and because of the iron, so I'm just learning.
Lily is like, I like books,
Yes,
and Lily's like,
scientific
oh, which
journals,
of the
Danny.
epic poets is your favorite? And Lily is like, who?
Who? Literature?
Well, I will
Literature.
say that historic literature, especially like
Yeah.
poems and such,
Yeah.
is definitely something that Lilia would be.
Oh yeah, if
actually
it
versed
has
in.
anything to do about like actual history, like she's not gonna not read a novel, but you know, that's for
Well,
like that's
the way
like for
some
fun.
academic would read Beowulf that wants to understand that time period.
Yeah, she's got the
Mhm.
she's
Like
got the
that
taste.
kind of stuff.
She's got the taste of an academic, and you're like, oh, the good romance novel. She's like, really? Okay.
I imagine Lilia's taste in like historic authors is like a point of like playful contention between
Sure.
her and Renly, where it's like they're probably like rechewing this like this bit of banter on the way over to the tents. But I think like Renly finds Lilia's taste in like their literature, like their histories, like, oh, like, listen, terribly accurate, dreadfully boring. Now you want a real good account. You know, and they're listing off like epic poet, like, you know, like sort of like the Homeric folks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, those are definitely something that Lily would read, just because it's like an account of like what happened 1,000 years ago. How crazy. But if it's like a newer person like talking about politics now, it's like, ugh. Gross.
And it's like, and then there's the treatises on.
Yeah.
As the two of you are discussing your different tastes in literature, you come up to what is indeed a camping caravan. One that, while not directly familiar to you, Renly and Click Clack, it does carry a sort of nostalgic feel to it as you approach it. The first thing, really, after the bright tents that you notice about it is the wafting smell of very, very fragrant cooking. There is a large cauldron set up outside of one of the tents with a hearty stew brewing in it. And over it stands a large, older, why do I not have these memorized yet? I'm sorry. Frog-like amphibian beast folk.
The goblins or Vodia.
The goblins. Thank you. The Vodia. Vodia, that's the one. That is kind of tasting and seasoning currently. An older woman, kind of dressed in these very like thrown together, like almost circus-like attire. Highly colorful, but definitely like ramshackle, like thrown together out of like different pieces of different outfits. Very like laundry day look to them. Just kind
Can I
of
do,
like
a
hunched
sense roll
over it.
to like just pick up the vibes, that I that
Yeah,
is-
sure.
All right. I can't see shit. And also there's probably still a lot of dust in like some of his sensory glands, so
Mhm.
he's basically not picking up anything.
Why did you roll?
I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, you as you approach. Well, for one, there is still the dust, and two, like I think Click Clack just gets distracted
Mm,
by the smell of the food,
mhm.
as like a lot of the Zixo's kind of sensory capabilities come from smell
Oh yeah,
and like
bad eyesight, real strong sense of smell, and
yeah.
movement, like picking up movement, vibration.
So while you can't exactly figure out her mood, you do get a really good idea of what's in that stew.
Mm.
Um, lots of meat.
Almost cartoon because they are flying. So like
Yeah, just kind of
they have to
hovering
stop
towards it,
themselves. Yeah, they have to stop themselves from like just literally flying over the pot.
doing the Obelix, just kind of flying over it. And what's his face from the Rescuers?
Yeah, very cartoon animals following a trail of like smell, like the pie
Yeah.
on the window, kind of. Yeah.
As you kind of make your way over to the cauldron.
I think-
Um,
I was just saying, I think Renly would call out like their like regional sort of like variant of a traditional like churner greeting, like hail and well met. And then I imagine like each kind of group of churners has their own like variant of a similar kind of greeting.
yeah, and as you approach, the Vodia kind of very slightly lifts her head, kind of adjusting her eyes for a minute, kind of doing like the one eye at a time blinking with her big like frog eyes, and then lifts a hand. Oh, hello there. Caravanners, huh? But out here, is another caravan approaching?
A long way from the caravan, I'm afraid. Sort of doing our own bit of venturing around, but I'm familiar. Grew up with a group of churners. It smells terribly good what you've got going there. I've just had breakfast. Oof.
Yes. I'm very proud of this recipe. I have perfected it over many, many years. Gonna need another hour or so, though. As you look into the stew, it looks done. Like to you, it looks like it's done. It honestly looks like it's starting to fall apart a little bit.
Oh, that's when it's getting good.
I don't know how much of a frog has teeth, so.
Exactly.
As you're kind of chatting, doing a little bit of small talk with this older Vodia, the morning hours are starting to fade into noon, and the surrounding tents begin to rustle with activity as the rest of the churners are starting to go about their day. You make a bit of friendly conversation with the old woman and figure out a few key things about this caravan. Number one, this is a splinter, actually, from the same big caravan that your old caravan is a splinter of. So the way that the caravans basically work is people keep traveling with them, and new people are born into them, and new people are recruited into them, and at some point they just become too big to continue traveling as one solid piece. So a lot of the time they will elect to splinter off in their own like unique caravans, electing a leader, electing basically a council to guide them, and making their own kind of caravan, trading off in a different direction. This caravan decided to do this about 150 or so years ago, which sets them apart from your like caravan, which only has existed for about 75 years, so you are very much like second to third generation of your caravan. These are much older at this point, twice as old.
I thought I recognized that smell. Like a eternal soup just passed down via the caravan, the mother caravan.
Yeah. The other key thing that you notice about this caravan is that it seems rather small for a splinter. And as you kind of bring this up in conversation, you are told that yes, this caravan used to be bigger. However, a few years ago, as they were first making their way over to this continent, they did not land in Saltbreak. They actually came from a different part of the or landed on a different part of the continent and ran into some really, really, really nasty trouble on the way inland. And a lot of them did not make it. And they've only, in the last few years, actually made it here and have been staying here for about 3 years now to kind of recuperate and build up strength and resources again to set out once more.
It's a hard life on the road.
That it is, but a rewarding one as well.
Very much. And you've made the best of it, even in a hard place like this.
It is what we do, and what we do best. Continue. We move. Don't let ourselves get nailed down by fate. We make our own. She gives you a bright, white, like froggy smile.
Whatever Renly's drinking, they will cheers to that.
And as you are kind of now deeper in conversation, there begins to be a small gathering of people kind of around you who have finished like their morning preparations, waiting for the food to finish, and also kind of like looking at you, interested, other churners of this caravan. You see that most of them are beast folk. There's also a couple of Aethrin, a couple of Zixo, and a single Throg as well. The Throg, it turns out, is used to be a kind of beast wrangler. However, most of his beasts escaped as they were traveling over here. So now he's very much in like pursuit of creating a new menagerie for himself. But mostly these people are just, again, for as much of a jovial front as they present, you can definitely feel that their experiences here have taken a toll on them.
Yeah. I think Renly would probably, as they kind of like meander through a lot of the initial like small talk and stuff, like engages in a tradition, since they've been sharing like stories with him. Will like tell stories of what's happened to the three of them recently, and it's probably about the time the soup gets ready, in the middle of being like, and the only thing really that we were missing was a backing orchestra, and good lord, would that have been. I like to imagine sometimes what like tracks or like pieces might have like accompanied that, or what might have come to play in there. I wish I'd had more time to spend at it. But like the rumble of lightning and the crackle of cards, so good. like is recounting like their encounter in the opera house.
Mhm.
And probably would just over the course of the meal like seek out any like rumors or direction as to like if the see if any of them have made sort of ventures into the desert beyond Crom.
Mhm. Yeah. Give me a charm.
Yeah.
And I will say, because you're a churner, you're gonna get a boon on this.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
This is very much Renly's sort of
Mhm.
speed.
Yeah.
I will say, mostly
No,
throughout this, Lily's been reading her book and just picking up things of soil, just picking up the things of soil and just like sifting through it to find all of the little iron shavings.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No consequences on this. This is just a fortune roll.
Sweet. I got a 6.
Sweet. Good result. 1 6 or 2 6s?
1 6.
1 6. Okay. Just double checking. So on a 6, you definitely get like the whole story of them landing in the on the western part of the continent, in this very thick forested jungle area, and trying to make their way through like the rivers over there, which like the hardest part of that part of their journey was probably them fighting the like territory that they were in, as well as just the absolutely overwhelming amount of insects. Which you laugh, but like part of the people that died straight up died because of insect bites and the accompanying like diseases that they carry with them.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, like this part of the world has not been widely settled for many a century at this point. So not a lot of immunities. Yeah, not a lot of exposure to the sort of diseases that are present here. After that, they made it to a kind of large mountainous area that was like surrounded by this perpetual mist. And in there, they faced some sort of creature that apparently none of them really were able to spot due to the mist that is just like eternal there. But that slowly over several days kept attacking them and kept like picking them apart.
Interesting.
And as they kind of made it past that with what little they had left, they made it to the Titans-Scar Savannah, like the other side of it. Made it past the scar, which they tell you about, which is, as you've kind of deduced already, a large, not really a crater, it is more like a crack in the earth where it seems like something just like the way that a real scar forms when flesh is hit by a blade, but on the scale of like a city being leveled. There's just this massive rip, this tear in the earth that is genuinely like probably 3 miles wide and probably about 10 miles long.
Interesting.
That's very wide and very long.
That is very wide and very long, and the rocks that you've seen are most likely pieces of that earth that have been kind of knocked out and spread apart throughout the Titans-Scar Savannah. There are, in fact, as you've kind of observed the Dawnspire Plateau, there are pieces of it that are sticking in the rock surface.
Yeah, like looks like they've like been impacted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And eventually they made their way over to Crom. And have been here for about 3 years. And as you get to kind of the end of your conversation here, your eyes fall on someone who, in the crowd, who doesn't really seem to fit in. It's a large, lizard-like beast folk who is not wearing like the same type of clothing as the others. And actually, as you point this person out to your allies, Renly, Lilia, there is a moment of recognition in the kind of uniform that this individual is wearing. In your scholarly pursuits, you've had encounters with people from different academic kind of universities and other like places of scholarly pursuit, and you recognize this person as a truth seeker. Truth seekers are this monastery order from not your home continent, but the continent, like the continent that Click-Clack and Renly are from.
Yeah.
Who, very similarly to you, are in the pursuit of like hidden information, but they are very, very distinctly and very similarly to the Cobalt Soul from Critical Role. These are people that are like in pursuit of knowledge that isn't lost, but that is being kept.
That is
right?
Okay. Yeah.
They try to uncover truths that are hidden, that are obscured,
On purpose.
obfuscated. Exactly.
Gotcha. Interesting.
And yeah, this individual has been listening intently, kind of a few rows back in the crowd. And as you finish your story, is beginning to walk away.
Okay. That was a real thing, but I guess Lilia, I mean, it's also dusty as fuck, so. Ah, Jesus. Lilia will abruptly stood up, got caught in some dust, coughed it off, and is going to go after that guy.
Yeah. And you very quickly catch up to him as he's kind of like looking over the shoulder and then stopping and slowly turning.
Hello.
Yes.
I didn't expect to see a truth seeker out here.
Well, there are many places along about Ardenelt.
Sure. All right. Well.
Is there something I can do for you?
Well, much like you, I'm looking for truths, though not necessarily ones that have been intentionally hidden, though just kind of cool things in the world that no one knows anything about. But I'd love to compare notes if you'd like. You were listening very intently on a story, and I have many papers that I have actually written if you'd like to know anything. I
kind of crosses his arms, looks you up and down. Fellow scholar, huh?
Of course.
Well then. Sure, why not? But let's go somewhere a little quieter. So he kind of like looks over to the larger group where Renly and Click-Clack are still like very much.
Click-Clack's already entertaining the kids with feats of strength.
100%, yes.
And like Renly's in the middle of like a half-eaten bowl of soup next to them, and then like And then she was like, I need you to stand still. And like, I wanted to desperately, but the lightning at my heels. And I caught the card with my teeth.
And he kind of nods you, along, takes you over to this very like practical white, well, not fully white anymore at this point, but like once white, now stained with dirt and mud, tent, very distinct from the rest of the caravan in its brazen practicality and lack of any flamboyancy. Takes you in, closes kind of the flaps tent behind you as you kind of take seat in this very sparsely kind of decorated and words are gone. Whatever.
That's fine.
You take a seat on the pillows that are laying about. There's a large kind of like water pipe in the middle that he immediately, as you sit down, starts to light and takes a deep and offers you.
Sure. I'll
take.
Yeah.
All right. Give me an endure roll.
Sure.
Or before you tell me what you rolled, does Lilia smoke?
I mean, she was the kind of like student that like would recreationally do like smoking or whatever to like get in good graces with teachers to like, or like academics, so that they like kind of like not a lot, but like in the like, oh, this person that I really want to go talk to only hangs out in the smoking area, so I'm going to partake so that I can pick their brain about this particular thing. Yeah.
All right. Tell me what you rolled.
I got a 6.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. You take a toke and it's harmless to you. There's nothing like mixed in it. It's simply just, smoking shisha.
Wonderful.
And he kind of gives you a nod, puts the thing back. Name's Torag Rune.
Torag Rune.
And I'm here to uncover some information that we suspect is being kept from the general public by a man.
Let me guess, the rich man in the big manor.
Wait, no, I'm on the wrong fucking thing. By a man called Rovin Avinkar.
Okay.
Well, was kept, I should say. The man unfortunately died before we came here.
Okay. So are you saying that manor is empty? I assume it's a rich person that's doing these things. It's always a rich person.
Not empty, unfortunately. That would make it much easier. No, his family still lives here.
Yeah.
His wife and his 2 sons.
Sure.
They've been busy.
They've been
dealing with rich folk problems, I guess.
Yeah, common in academia that in all the information you want is in a rich person's library, but they won't give it to you because they love to covet their things. I never understood. Free information is all right.
The information that I'm after is not necessarily found in a book. This is a little more complicated than that.
Does it have something to do with the Titan Scar?
No, the Titan Scar is pretty much open to anyone who dares come near it.
Fair.
Just that most don't make it back. No, they, rumors are that they uncovered something on the Dawnstrider Plateau and are guarding it very fiercely. The Rovan Avenkar is, or was known to be a collector of oddities and artifacts of old. Most of it he proudly displayed back in his mansion. But a few years ago, he made his way here, seemingly on a tip of an anonymous source. And, well, he started this town based on it. So whatever he found here must have been worth it.
So he found it here, in this... So he didn't find it in the Dawnstrider Plateau, he found it in...
They did find it. You are currently in Crom, which is situated on the foot of the Dawnstrider Plateau.
Oh!
Within the Titans-Scar Savannah.
Got it, okay.
The Dawnstrider Plateau is this massive, like, rocky landmark in the middle of the savannah.
Got it. Okay, so we are there, just. Okay.
I'm not here, but what's going on with that quarry then, huh?
Yeah, I know. I thought that had to do with the weird iron and the magnets, but maybe it's something else.
Yeah, Matt, very interested. Click Clack couldn't care less.
Mm-hmm.
Renly, in the middle of entertaining children and adults alike.
Yep.
So are we talking about an Arcan Empire thing, or just like something even more exciting?
That's
something
the thing.
even more rare?
That's the thing, we don't know. We just know that whatever it is, it was worth a lot of money and a lot of investment, both in time and resources, from a very, very rich, eccentric man.
Sure.
Who normally would parade these kind of findings around, but this time, for some reason, decided to keep it to himself. So the order sent me to investigate. However, I've not been able to make any real progress since I've gotten here. I've traveled with the caravan, and even just getting here was... Well, you've heard the story.
Yes. Well, I am intrigued.
Kind of scratches the back of his head, takes another toke.
Well, if there's anything else I can help you with currently as an exchange of information, I'm happy to do so, though I will definitely be telling the rest of my group that interesting information to see if we can't uncover something for you.
Well, we're not exactly the most charismatic type, as I'm sure you've noticed.
Renly
If
is.
you could...
A little bit of wind like parts the tent opening where Renly, now with a flower crown on their head, is like acting out some of the like more daring bits of the fight.
He can be quite pompous when he needs it.
Still surely to be helpful if you decide to maybe mingle with the Avenkars a little bit. Maybe
Sure.
you can coax their the widow or one of their sons into giving you a little more information.
Sure.
I've unfortunately not been able to.
Do you know how he died? Do you know how the man of the house died?
That's another thing. The whole ordeal has been kept pretty tightly under wraps by the local law. He kind of rolls his eyes at that.
Sure.
The town, again, isn't so much of a democracy here as it is a company.
Well,
Company town.
from what I've learned, it's very young, so there's still room to grow. But
That there is.
I am very interested in finding the thing that you are looking for. It may or may not line up with my research as well, but anything lost should be found.
I agree with that. He gives you a. It is hard for reptilians to really flash a smile, the lack of lips, but he does give you a toothy grin at that. Well,
I'm
if you
sorry,
find
I'm
anything,
just imagining the most awkward grin because again, 0 charisma.
0 charisma. It is less of the big, like, it is almost an intimidating grin, but not on purpose. It's just like how he's built.
Literally built if.
Yeah, literally built if.
Yep.
Well, if you happen to find out anything, please let me know. I would be happy to help in any way if persuasion of other means is necessary.
That would be incredible. Yeah. I have a feeling that we have 2 points of interest in this town, figuring out what the town is all about, and also going all towards the Titan Scar, so we'll find out what we can. It's much easier to do things with 3 than with 1, I've sadly found out.
There is strength in numbers, but there's also utility in working solo sometimes.
Also true.
Well then, you said you had information you were willing to share with me.
Yes, Lilia just will take out just like
Yeah, as you
just
go
a bunch
through
of
all
just-
the nodes.
just in
As
her from her
we-
backpack is just like essays and like half-written essays and notes and like diagrams and
As we switch focus over to Renly and Click-Clack, who are outside, as Renly is coming to the end of his story.
Very much don't forget about the rocks that, like, this is Click Clack's contribution to the stories while kids are like hanging from his horn and things, and it's like, don't forget about the rocks that were trying to eat us. Like, just really weird, very specific. If you don't have the context, it makes no sense. Little additions. Ooh, and don't forget about.
Yeah, and like imagine like Renly raps like the whole thing. I'm like, and thus was the conductor's spell broken. And our heroes had a new song. And then gives like a big bow as like there's like oohs and ahs and applause.
And then it's applause, yeah.
Better
Real
than
quick, can I
books.
get a time check? How far are we in right now?
we are about 2 hours in, but we also did like 20 minutes in starting soon.
Okay. God, I've already cut so much and it might still... we might still run long. I'm so sorry about this.
We'll have to do another one. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. The
Well, yes, oh no, because fucking we're all so fucking busy this time as well.
Yeah,
but-
yeah, it's
yes,
gonna be
that's
hard.
true.
It's gonna be hard.
Do we want to take a quick break right now
Sure.
before we?
Is there any like?
It's
Were you
long.
going to do anything in the caravan specifically, or were you just ending out that scene?
I was pretty much just ending out the scene, and I think I can deliver us on a very nice cliffhanger here in a second,
Wonderful.
and then we can take a short break.
Wonderful.
As Renly is coming to his end and everyone is applauding, and the applause kind of starts to die down. People are kind of talking between each other, kind of like high-fiving you, kind of patting you on the back, and then starting to like go their way into the city as they
Shoveling
start,
lukewarm stew into his face.
as the caravan is starting to kind of disperse and all the able-bodied people are starting to march in the direction of the quarry, whereas you've kind of picked up in the chatter, they have been working for the Avankar family as a means of paying for their stay. there is some banter that you pick up, Renly, about the people, like, sorry, not working for the Avankar family, working for the Elster Company, ELSTER. There's some banter that you pick up about like the working conditions and the like. Some of the people from the caravan, like, seemingly really not liking having to go back there because of like the way that they're being kind of worked to their bones, but also not really having any other like option other than straight up like revolting, which with the current like militia of mercenaries guarding the town is also not necessarily the greatest idea.
Mm-hmm. It's a company town.
Yeah, and then a bunch of them also are working on the fields, kind of within the walls of Crom, which, especially after a storm like yesterday, need tending very desperately. And as they are making their way towards the quarry, there is a commotion towards the center of the city. As you can see in the distance, two people kind of in a loud argument, one of them shoving the other to the ground.
Ooh.
And that's where we're gonna take a break.
All right.
Hell yeah. Can't wait. I can't wait to go shove my nose in that, like any good adventurer.
Eat the rich. Let's go.
100%.
So that's what the smash stat is for.
Yes. I was also gonna say, if I was able to go back to Renly, I was gonna ask him how he felt about young rich men.
Yeah.
Click-Clack's immediate response would have been, who are we fighting? Well, we don't have to fight anyone. What are we smashing? Well, we might be smashing. I'm on board.
We might be smashing windows. We'll find out. We might have to go steal whatever the fuck. Let's find out. All right. Let's take a quick break, everybody. It's time for a potty break. Y'all have been listening so intently. Thank you so much. We'll be back to see what the heck these rich people are doing in this small town and what Scheherazade bade me to go find. I assume it has something to do with whatever this lizard wants. That's why Lily didn't say anything. But we're gonna go take a piss break. We're gonna go take a water break. And while we do that, enjoy the art reel. See you in a little bit.
See you soon.
Bye.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the doodle commence. As an art piece in terms of lines and like how body work, look at the squish. Look at the squish. Yeah. It's important. It's important to know how body work.
You're stimulating the economy. That's what you're doing.
Cha-ching!
You see, if you save your money, that dollar is gonna lower in value over time because of inflation. So spending it now means you're using it for a greater value and impact than you possibly could later. See guys,
Cha-ching.
don't save any money. Spend all of your money.
Cha-ching!
Don't actually do that.
You should go. I should go check Kickstarter. Hold on. What's happening? What's going on? Is there mischief? What's happening? Oh! What? What the fuck? You guys! What? I was literally just starting to play. Shit! Holy shit, we did it! This was day one funded. Woo! Oh my god. Wow, okay, hold on. I'm gonna need a minute. I'm gonna be on, if anyone needs me, I will have melted on, I'm just melting onto the floor. I've been like vibrating since, like, I don't know, maybe 10:15 this morning, like a 10:15. Yeah, that's a big weight off my shoulders. Anyway, that's super cool. Whoever did that, thank you. Thank you. You are excellent. So, yeah, I'm choking up down here.
I'm everywhere, motherfucker. Life is good. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the doodle commence. As an art piece in terms of lines and like how body work, look at the squish. Look at the squish. Yeah. It's important. It's important to know how body work. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you had a very good break. If you haven't yet, please go de-water, re-water, and take care of your corporeal form. We're back with Icon. We're back figuring out what the heck these rich people are hiding. I'm very excited.
Right. Let's dive right back in.
Hell yeah.
As you are kind of making your way with the crowd over to where this very public fight is currently happening, right outside of the iron gates of the Avankar estate, you see two beast folk kind of in conflict with each other, one of them having just shoved the other to the ground. You see the dominant person in this conflict currently, a large antelope like beast folk, very like toned body, like muscles, yes, but more the muscles of an athlete than the muscles of a fighter.
Well dressed.
Well dressed, having just shoved another similarly looking antelope, much younger than him though, to the ground. You would probably guess the older of the two to be in his late 20s, early 30s. The other one more like 16, 17.
Whoa. Okay.
And as you're coming up on this scene, there is a middle-aged Atherin in a like very form-fitting, fine, like it's not necessarily a suit, but it's a very like tailored, like leather armor that is like both formal and practical. That kind of steps in between the two of them and kind of turns over to the larger of the two with a both worried and angry expression on his face. Master Rosso, I must say this is not like you. Please, stop this. I'll stop it when he stops putting his nose in things that do not fucking matter to him.
I think no, I'm gonna stick my I'm gonna put my foot right in it.
Hell yeah.
I think like Renly has probably like when he saw the kid get shoved down, like picked up his pace just a little bit. And then we'll just sort of like cheerfully, I think, almost call out, and say like, isn't that the role of a younger sibling, rather?
The people seemingly not
just like endearing smile, like
like the three of them give you a quick look and then immediately go back to kind of bickering, like now in a more hushed tone, especially like the Aethrin, the larger man. The younger folk on the ground, kind of on that remark, kind of looks a little deflated, and then kind of stands up, looks at the older one, and says, "Brother, it does concern me. We're talking about father's legacy here. Are you really willing to just throw all of it away?" Not throwing it away. I'm trying to preserve as much of it as we can afford right now. You know this is not easy for me too. But we can't just give it up. He's sacrificed so much for it. Our entire life has been uprooted to achieve this, and we can't just give up now. Robbie, we can't keep going like this. You know that. I've explained it to you. We can't. Brother, we need to. Whatever it takes, we need to keep going for his sake. There's a long pause after that remark. Master Rosso, if I may. The kind of Aethrin looking at the crowd that has at this point fully surrounded them in their argument. Maybe it is wise to take this conversation back inside. The other one, the larger of the beast folk now, Rosso, as you've picked up it by now, looking around. I think it is best if you do not come back today. Turns around and walks back to the estate. As Ravi, the younger of the two brothers, as you've kind of connected by this point, defeated and at the brink of tears, is looking after his brother as he walks away.
I think Renly will wait just a moment and then say, "You look like a man in need of a drink." Maybe a quiet place. We've got a room nearby if you'd like.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So he kind of dusts himself off,
Renly,
looking
by the
over
way.
to the Aethrin, who gives him a solemn nod. Looking over to you, Renly, as you introduce yourself to him. Please take care of the young master. And turns and walks towards the estate.
I think Renly will just lead them back to their room at Harold's and grab just like a couple mugs of tea on the way up.
You as you walk over, his pace is slow. He seems defeated, and as you kind of make your way into the inn, you start to hear like faint sobbing behind you. As you walk up to your room, he wipes away the beginnings of tears. I'm Rosso. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for offering. I'm sorry you had to see that. Our family has been having a difficult time lately.
I grew up on the road, and the motley crew. I'm no stranger, I think, to disagreements of the public nature. Family can be tricky.
Click Clack's gonna take care of the drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if, as I heard and surmised in combination, that it seems you and yours have suffered a loss recently, which I'm very sorry to hear.
Yes. Our father is... We all miss him.
A collector, a treasure hunter of some renown, as I'm given to understand.
Yeah. Yeah, he's he had a penchant for finding lost things. Always loved sharing what he found with everyone, making sure that history was not lost on profit-hungry. He kind of, you see as the he keeps talking about it, his mood very clearly shifts towards the negative. And he has to kind of catch himself before he fully breaks down in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Especially lately, it's been weighing hard on us, the lack of unified leadership within the family. Definitely well,
Pardon me.
it's a weakness that others seem to be all too eager to exploit for their corporate playings.
Well, at the very least, we can respect his drive for public knowledge. Lily is a truth speaker, actually. Wait,
Looks
aren't
over
you?
to you.
No,
Are you?
I'm
No,
not.
okay, not a truth speaker. A chronicler.
A secret.
I'm a seeker.
A seeker. Yeah, there we go. I couldn't remember the name of it. Renly would have said seeker.
Mhm.
Jonathan can't remember the name. Can't remember the term.
Yeah.
Um,
Technically, you are a historian.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Which is kind of the overarching name for the people from your academy specifically, is like the historians, who are mostly like their speciality is basically the hard facts of history.
Yes.
Like going through collecting the dates, like the very like textbook history lessons of like, this happened then, this person was in charge then, like all the facts, all the statistics of it.
Yeah. My sub department was like magical history, so it's like less about like who was in power, but more about like what was the knowledge of magic at a specific time in history type of thing.
And as you kind of divulge this information, and tell a little bit of where you come from and what your knowledge entails, you see the spark kind of light up in the young boy's eyes, as his nature very much shifts towards an inquisitive and more jovial kind of mood, which you very quickly come to realize is probably what he is like most of the time, as he peppers you with question after question after question on all the things that you divulge to him.
Yeah.
There is
Lilia. The only thing that Lilia will not talk about is Scheherazade, because she doesn't know enough about Scheherazade to say anything with certainty.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and as you kind of come to kind of a lull in the conversation, he kind of picked up on the remark earlier about his father, and kind of looks over to you, Renly, and says, "You know, I understand that our family is privileged. We do come from money, but our father was always very, very focused on making the mission more important than the business. I assure you that me and my brother are looking to do the same. We take care of our people."
Big shoes to fill.
That they are. That they really are. Impossibly big. See, a single tear kind of wells up in his eye.
Yeah, I think like Renly will give him a moment and just be sort of like, what's the scoop on the quarry? I saw a lot of people. We just got into town last night. Been traveling for a few days to get here.
There is once again an immediate shift in his mood, as you mentioned the quarry, this time towards anger. The quarry is owned by the Elster Corporation. They are a far-reaching trade network, a necessary partnership that my father had to agree to in order to, well, help finance and build all this. So he kind of points out the window towards the city, or towards the town. Something that he came to regret.
What do they mine there? Is it minerals? Are they uncovering old Arkham artifacts, or?
Well, as you've probably noticed, kind of pointing at the rock that the building that you're in currently is made out of. The Dawnstrider Plateau is rich with a very rare type of stone, something that you don't necessarily find anywhere else, at least not in this abundance. Well, for one, they helped with building the town, but they are also mining it for export. They are, well, they have a trade agreement with Saltbreak to get the stuff out of here and on ship, sell it to rich people to build their mansions and palaces out of.
Sure.
They're,
How predictable.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not. They're not nice people. The Elster Company. They view this as a business opportunity first and foremost, and treat the people here as such. expendable, really.
It definitely seemed like the folks of the caravan had their feelings about it. Hired a lot of them.
Yeah. That's one way to put it.
How do you feel about unions?
He flashes you a smile. Well, that's just the thing. We were in the process of helping the workers unionize, but then my father passed away, and everything fell apart. As he says that, there's a noticeable crack in his voice, and he has to once again catch himself. Like, you feel very, very deeply that this is a very fresh wound still.
Mm-hmm.
Did they incentivize your brother in any way to stop doing what your father did?
I'm unfortunately not very up to date with the business side of our family, as my brother has taken care of that.
Well,
but from what I gathered, the Elster company is attempting to forcibly buy out our share of the town.
I see.
And without that, there's really not much we will be able to do for the people here anymore.
I wish I could just challenge them to a duel. It'd be so much easier.
Yeah.
Well, if you could challenge an entire company to a duel, that would be incredible.
Just
could
a
blow it
few
up.
representatives, like for a controlling interest, and
A
on behalf
different
of the union.
part of the country.
If that were a possibility, I'd have done it by now.
Yeah.
I have a feeling you have to go all the way to Saltbreak and talk to the executives there. But
Bureaucracy. Renly utters that word as though it's a curse. Like,
yeah. Well,
God,
like, in
I
the
feel
same
that
way
so
that
hard.
a character, like in the same way that a character in Shakespeare would say God's wounds. Like,
well, if you don't know anything about business, maybe you know something about an artifact that could be in a contentious point. That just extrapolating here, your father was very into historical artifacts. A company came into town trying to dig in a specific place, and then your father allowed them to do it because he was short on money, and then he passed away. And then now they are most likely holding something over your brother, who is from the Yersh fight, seems to say that he is trying to uphold your father's legacy, which you claim is the history of a certain artifact, or artifacts that he has. Do we think that the company may have taken a certain artifact from your father?
Give me a...
I'm not blunt.
I'm gonna
I'm very blunt. So
I'm gonna allow the overall discussion that you've had and the overall tone that Renly has spoken to him with as a boon here.
Sure.
I was gonna say,
Give me a
this count
charm
as
roll,
I
Lilia.
was gonna say, can this count as Renly doing a setup roll for?
Yes, absolutely.
Lilia
And you
with charm
pass
front?
it with
We
with
can
flying
keep
colors,
dancing
but
around this, but I feel like
give me a charm roll here.
Did Lilia sense the perfect moment in the conversation to turn it, or was she simply impatient? The world may never know.
who knows? Okay, so it's a charm roll. Okay.
Charm roll.
And so I got a boon from Renly.
Yes, which is plus 1d6.
Okay. And if I have 0 in the thing, I just roll 1 dice
If you have 0, you would roll 2
and
and
take the
then
lower.
take the lower. But
Okay,
because you have a boon, you have 1 die.
Okay.
So you roll the 1 die and whatever it comes up as.
Uno.
I got a 4.
Got a 4.
Oh.
Sweet.
Wait.
4 is a
Oh, okay.
success with complication. Yeah.
Woo!
There is a brief pause as he mulls over your words and kind of looks you up and down. And now, like, it was very relaxed before, but after you've kind of asked him that question, you definitely see some walls go back up.
Sure.
It's not that they stole something, it's that my father found something on the Dawnstrider Plateau. He wouldn't tell us what. He was with the Ulster Company at the time. They led the excavation. And after he found that, he was different. He was more secretive than usual. And since he passed away, they have not let us set foot in that part of the quarry. It is heavily guarded. We don't know what is in there, and we suspect that whatever it is was enough incentive for them to make sure that no one else would know about it.
Well, would you like to know about it?
More than anything.
Great! Well, I think we can help you.
Can I use my senses to when he specifically focusing on when he said we don't know what our father found?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just listening.
Yeah, give me a sense.
I gotta stop rolling. I got a 2 and a 3.
You have the sense that he truly has no idea.
Yeah.
But you're also not sure if that is the truth.
Well, I think we can help each other. Well, I think we can help
The
you.
quarry is heavily guarded. What are you proposing?
How heavily guarded is heavily guarded?
And how much do you care about laws?
Click literally just kind of points his horn towards his really big sword. Click points his horn at his really big sword.
Because, to me, knowing about history is way more important than some stupid decorum.
And
Laws
for
are
what
really just suggestions.
enforced by the dominant socio. Sorry. No, I think what Renly to tie these two thoughts together, I think what Renly will say is, it sounds as though the company is using the loss of your father to hold something over on you, to pressure you or strong arm you into giving them what they want, which sounds like it's not in your interest. And we're terribly interested not only in whatever sort of magical history we can find out here for personal reasons. We also just give a shit about the people here.
He flashes
And-
you a smile at that.
I grew up with folks like the caravan you have on the edge of town, and I hate to see them run down like this.
Yeah.
And so if there's something that we can do, whether it's flashing a smile or two so someone can sneak in, or maybe decking a guard. So that we can figure out what's going on. It's worth it to me.
Suppose if at least we could figure out what it is that they found, we might have some leverage on them.
Information is power. One thing that traveling with you has made me acutely aware of.
I mean, I could probably find the location of that object real easy.
You gonna do a card about it?
Oh, yes. The Aether just likes to speak to me.
Love it when you do a card about it.
It's really useful.
I
Well-
just have that ability. I can find hidden objects. It says so in the text.
We do know where it is. It's in the quarry. We just haven't had access to the specific sector of it. It's been kind of barred and guarded by at least a dozen or so people day and night.
Do these people know magic?
Hard to tell. They're mercenaries from
Ah,
back home. So
I see. Well,
definitely not people to be messed with. Not directly, at least, not in these numbers. Let alone any reinforcements that they might send for if word comes out that, we started a hostile action towards them. He kind of catches
just-
himself as he uses like the corporal speak.
We're just some vagrants.
they don't have to know that we're
That is-
connected. We just got here.
I suppose. He kind of cocks his head. I suppose that's true.
No, that is true.
We probably would have done it anyways.
Huh.
We're just giving you a heads up. I
Which
would have
we
done
did
it
not do
anyways.
officially.
That. I mean, if you would do that for us, that would be. We would be most grateful for it. I'm sure even my brother would eventually see the good in that. Sure, sure. He kind of steps up from the table. Yeah, we can do that.
Wonderful.
Excellent. I'm going to talk to the sky for a minute.
Yeah.
And then Renly will open the window, put a foot out it, and then just hop up onto the eaves with a little gust of wind. And then any storms coming in the next few hours?
You know what? Yeah, there is. As the day is kind of starting to head towards evening, there are clouds in the distance. Not charged with lightning this time, but definitely wind, dust picking up. Something to give you a little bit of cover as you approach.
Yeah, Renly drops back down, like hands and knees, and then just swings boots first and back into the room, and just rubs their hand, and a few little sparks like play off them from the static. Like dust storm. That's good cover.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Now, let's see how many guards there are around this object, shall we?
Click has begun laying out their weapons, and they're like, this one I call Vera.
Oh, I love Click Clack. They're so singular of purpose.
Yes. I'm gonna use
Now.
my special power for finding hidden objects, paths, tracks, or traps. So, you
Yeah.
know, the
What
whole
exactly are you
area.
looking? What exactly are you looking for?
I'm looking for this specific object. Lilia is sort of thinking that this object that you're not supposed to talk anything about, that has really important knowledge
Well-
that no one knows, is
There's not a specific object
mm,
that they have, like, that you know of that they have found. It's more that they have found something
mhm,
in the Dawnstrider Plateau,
mhm.
and everyone has been told to shut up about it.
Okay. All right, then I'm going
So-
to see if I can find the path to that secret area in the quarry.
Yeah, find any secret entrances to the quarry, like anything that might be less guarded.
Mhm.
Yeah, I will allow that for sure. I will say that will give you a boon
Awesome.
for when you try to sneak in.
Okay. Wonderful. And
Alright.
yeah.
Any other preparation that you want to make before you head over to the quarry?
I've been meaning to do this also, like, in the same, with the same, like, Argus thing, but, like, for different, is just, like, see if I can attune my, Seeker powers to anything that has a similar magical vibrational tone, as, Scheherazade.
As Scheherazade? There's nothing particular, like, in the same kind of, like, that same kind of sensation that you had with Scheherazade, the kind of like singing bowl like vibrations.
Mhm.
There's nothing like that you pick up here.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyone else want to do any preparations before you head over? Because I will have to tick another section on this clock that has been quietly ticking away in the
Yeah.
background.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull out some of my gear. I'm gonna bring my light gems because we're going into a cave system. I'm gonna bring my North Stone, and I'm gonna bring my Power Gauntlet.
Mhm.
And odds and ends like rope, a couple weapons in case I need them.
Renly's going with a sword and a smile.
Very nice.
I'm going to just like basically, I know we're not actually going in actual combat, so I'm just going to preemptively like bless Renly and Click.
Sweet.
And myself.
Do you wish to inform Thorak?
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. So before you head over to the quarry, you make a quick turn over to the caravan and share your information and your plan with Thorak, who will offer to come with you if you acquire the assistance.
Can you fight?
Oh, I can fight.
Well, you have survived this long. All right, come on.
Bit cheerio.
Right? You have acquired one Thorak. Which will also fill another section in on the clock.
Just sing a quick hymn to him.
Yeah, I'll just like slap a card on his back as a blessing. Here you go.
Okay. It's just his name is similar to Torak, which is hymn to Torak, I believe is a matter.
Yes. Very good.
So those guards better get ready to discard some fucking cards.
Can we talk to
It
the
is.
Vadia?
I will say, funnily enough, as you mention him to Thorak, his name is actually a play on Rurik Thar from Magic the Gathering. So
that's really funny.
Oh, nice. Can we talk to the Elder Vadia, who I'm sure is still at the camp because they're not the one working in the quarry, and ask them specifically if there's anything that they have learned about the quarry that could help us?
Oh, that
and
is
maybe
an excellent question.
Just things that the people who've been working there have shared with her about the comings and goings and like maybe the
just
weird
kind of
behavior that
asking around in the caravan, just like how is it working in the quarry and stuff like that, for the people that are on break or stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. I will say give me a fortune roll for this one. Just straight up using your I will say using your study for this. Again, fortune roll, there's no bad outcomes. It's just a level of success, basically.
Okay.
So if you have a 0, that's 2d6. Take the lower.
Okay. Okay. Dice have been not cooperative today, so let's.
And remember that
see.
you can spend effort to push rolls to get a boon. You can also have other people spend effort to aid you to get a boon.
We could do this. Renly could help, like, kind of spearhead this, and if you set Renly up, my study isn't any better, but you get a free effort, basically. Like, you don't have to spend that effort. Like, once per session to set me up.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I think like because of our combined background, like that's kind of how I'm using it. Like I'm, and then yeah, I guess the way I set Renly up is by just saying that we're, investigating it because we've heard some weird things and we're just, that kind of thing, and perhaps like, yeah, just like that, I guess. I mean, does that make it where I don't take the lower? I just roll 1 now?
No, John will be rolling, and you are basically setting him up, giving him aid, but because of Renly's special ability,
got it.
Once per expedition, someone can set him up without having to spend an effort for it.
Got it. Okay, that's how I set him up. Then I got it. All right.
6, very good.
Amazing. We needed that.
You kind of talk to the people here and very quickly pick up a bunch of very, very like nice intel on kind of the layout of the quarry, the paths that the guards usually take, like the people that are like, they give you a lot of like noisy information that you can very quickly distill into things that you can act on once you make your infiltration, like the paths that these guards take, the like peculiar like oddities of their behavior, like any weaknesses in them that you can exploit, their gear that they are using, the way that the guard towers are laid out, all of that is at your disposal for this, which will give you another boon as you're trying to sneak in, which maxes out your boons.
Sweet. How many boons do we have here to going into this?
2 boons, which is the max you can have for a roll. For each of you, for your sneak roll, you will have 2 extra d6.
Wonderful.
Sick. Love that. That gives me 2d6 positive now.
Yes, same.
I had the option to take sneak or smash, like +2 when I made Renly, and I was like, this is not a quiet sort of man.
Yeah.
No, neither is Click. I got 0 in sneak.
I will say though that has ticked another section of the clock.
Okay.
As that took some time. So you now make your way in the cover of the rolling dust storm over to the quarry, your small group. Ravi kind of at some point you leave Ravi behind, as he cannot be seen with you near the quarry, because he has to have a functioning alibi.
Yep.
And
we are, after all, vagrants.
Yeah, the 3 of you and Torag make your way over and make your approach. Give me a sneak, everybody.
Oh fuck yes. Sorry for cussing. But I am really happy the dice did not just screw me over. I got a 6 and a 4.
Sweet.
I got a 5.
A 6 and a 1.
Nice.
I got a
That's
5 and a 1.
successes. 2 clean successes and 1 success at a cost, which is going to be covered up by the dust storm that you used for cover. So 3 clean successes. You make your way in through the kind of secret passage that you uncovered using your magic. A small kind of gap in the perimeter walls, where you can use one of the stone like structures outside to kind of hop over. In a blind spot of 2 guard towers. You are now inside of the quarry, and now with all the intel that you have, you are going to get another 2 boons because of the sandstorm and the intel to sneak again towards the area that is housing the discovery that you're after.
May I check
also-
for traps or anything, or any like mechanisms that make it so people can't walk this area?
Absolutely. That's going to be a separate roll. Give me a sense.
Okay, that's technically part of my Argus, but yes.
What does your Argus say? What's the wording of that?
Hidden, you can find and sense. Hold on.
You've muted yourself.
Yeah, Dandy did that.
God damn it, Dandy.
Cat butt.
Yeah, he's on my desk, just sprawling out as far as he can, and I have to keep moving my keyboard. Okay. It is, you can sense hidden objects, paths, tracks, or traps, and you have a knack for sensing.
Oh, yeah, okay. Then you don't have to roll. Yeah, you will swiftly evade any, like, set up booby traps on the way there.
Wonderful.
Which there are actually some.
Great.
Unmarked kind of stick traps and the likes, dart traps to keep people out.
Wonderful.
All right, everybody, one more sneak roll. Again with 2 boons.
All
As the
right.
I got a
storm gives you
6
cover.
again! The 6 and a 2!
I got a
Nice.
6 and a 5.
Nice.
My freaking rose dice and my rose and blood dice love me.
I have a 4 and a 1.
Nice.
It's
That's
not
2 clean
actual blood,
successes and
though I
1
would love
success
dice
at a
with
cost.
actual blood in it.
Success at a cost. This time not covered up by the dust storm because that one gave you the boon this time. You make it all the way to the like cordoned off section without being noticed. However, it takes you a little bit to get there. In the shade, in the commotion of the storm, which I will say is gonna take one more section of this clock.
Oh boy.
TikTok.
Tick-tock. And you're now standing in this very like makeshift kind of inner wall with a large gate where that is heavily guarded by about half a dozen people, and you hear some chatter inside as there seems to be some work going on in there. You hear a very uncommon thing, something very distinct that Renly and Click-Clack you've only heard in one other place before. You hear some like Magitech whirring of heavy like magical power tools.
Where did
Something
they...
that is like rare enough to where like only very wealthy people or very like wealthy companies, especially, can really afford it.
That's a hell of an investment towing that shit all the way out here.
Yep.
Just the travel of getting that equipment here.
Whatever's in there must be impossibly valuable.
Yep.
Working on it now in the middle of a storm, I might.
Slowly puts the power glove on.
I cannot wait.
So you kind of
I
sneak your way around, find a kind of less densely patrolled portion of the wall, and get up and can now, for the first time, really look into the courtyard. You see, first of all, right at the walls of the Dawnstrider Plateau, there is a large doorway made out of this very, very pristine, white, almost marble-like rock that is like inlaid into the rock surface. And as you like look at it, you can see like parts of the like Dawnstrider plateau itself, where the mineral has been chipped away, and more of that white rock surface underneath it has been kind of uncovered. Whereas like the surroundings of it look very much like they have been worked at for many, many hours, the white stone is still in pristine condition. It is immaculately crafted. It is very, very how should I say, delicately like inscribed with these long lines of runes that are kind of swishing along it in these very intricate patterns.
Can I do a study roll about that?
Absolutely.
Hee hee hee.
Go ahead.
I got a 5. It's my highest. And 2 4s.
All right. Success at a cost. What was it?
So remind me how setting somebody up works in a situation like this.
Setup would be you suggest a way you would be setting her up for her role, then make your role, which also comes with a risk to it. So if you like fuck up, the consequences could be higher. Like you could be facing double the consequences pretty much.
Okay.
If you spend an effort, it's just straight up she gets an extra die.
Okay, cool.
But it is something that you would have to announce before the roll is made.
Okay, yeah. I would love to set Lilia up, ideally by like there's a lot of like sand and silicate, and that's some delicate machinery. Like I think a gust of wind or like a rock tossed into the Renly's got to have a hell of a throwing arm with wind magic. I imagine just like like throwing a stone and getting it jammed in the machinery to like stop work, so that it like focuses everybody's attention on that, so Lilia can get a good look at the thing.
Yeah. I would say this is a smash roll for sure.
Love a smash roll. That's a 4, 2, and a 1. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do best efforts and take a strain to re-roll that.
Amazing.
That's a 6.
Very nice. So yeah, you succeed without consequence. you jam a rock into what you can now see is basically the equivalent of a like mounted power drill that they have taken to the doors of this whatever it is, and have been kind of hammering on the doors with. And you hit like the instrumentation in the back that kind of keeps it level, and it just kind of sacks down into the ground and starts digging into the rock surface underneath it, just uncovering more of that white stone behind it. And as you can see, like where the drill hits the white rock, it's leaving no impact marks whatsoever. But yeah, the people are fully distracted at this point. Lilia, you can redo your roll.
Great.
With 1 extra die.
Awesome. Ooh, okay. I got a 6, a 5, and 2 4s. I am
Sweet.
on fire.
That is a success without complications. And as much as I can tell you about this, okay.
Tell me everything.
You very quickly identify that like the basic geometric patterns of the runes and their allocation along the surface of this this building suggest a very powerful warding spell.
Oh.
You're not entirely sure of the nature of it because the runes themselves are in a system that you have not come across.
Were they like the... No, they weren't like the runes that was on Scheherazade, because Scheherazade was wrapped in Arden... And
Scheherazade...
in
Arcan. Yeah.
Arcan.
Scheherazade was wrapped in Arcan runes, which were basically a suppression spell to like ward her off from the world. This is different. The Arcan magic system, the Arcan system of inscribing runes is very like...
Yeah, if it was Arcan, I would know.
It is very like arithmetic, mathematical, like algorithmic almost, like programming language in a way. This is more artful.
I'm just so... Lily is just visibly so excited. Like, I've never
Cliff is more intimidated.
I've never seen those runes before. This is brand new.
Yeah. Click is more intimidated by the fact that some of the most powerful equipment that they've ever encountered doesn't do anything to the door.
That's so fucking cool.
You can, however, see as they're getting the drill back up and starting to work on the door again, that the runes on the side of the building, every time there is an impact, kind of give a faint glow. And just ever so slowly, kind of the line of runes towards the door is getting like shorter and shorter and shorter as like the glow recedes towards the door.
Okay, so they're trying to drill the magic. They're not trying to drill...
They're brute forcing their way through the magic.
The magic, yeah. They're not trying to drill the stone, they're trying to drill the magic away.
Yeah. You get the sense that whatever this magic is, it has a sort of soft regenerating power to it. So normally, like, working on it over time would not really result in anything because it would be able to regenerate its warding capabilities faster than you could damage it. But with this machinery, they have been able to exert enough power over a long enough time, consistently enough, to kind of start whittling it down. Okay. And they're close to making it.
Cool.
Do we want that door to open right now?
Probably not, but I want to touch it.
Would.
Right?
I need to know if it feels like Scheherazade.
This is a choice for you here to make, really. Because none of you are like skilled enough in tinkering, I don't think, to really use the machinery here.
Mhm.
Which means that if you stop them from opening the door, you're likely not gonna be able to open it by
Mhm.
yourselves again anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only have one in Tinker. and so,
However,
yeah.
if you do not stop them from destroying the door will be destroyed. And with it, a significant portions of
The runic.
the historical like significance of this place.
I do think this is more of a key situation than a smash the door in situation, but that's maybe just because I value art in any kind of way. Also, you don't put a lock that big on something that you're keen on people getting into. I'm just putting that out there. Sometimes you put that shit on there to keep something in, not to keep some people out. No. Just
Either way, I'd want to go in. But,
same, but I would love to maybe not like irreversibly smash the door on the way.
no,
in, you know?
of course not. I need to I need to chisel those runes. I need to carve. I need those runes. We need those. So.
Also, if they're new runes, I really want to know what kind of magic is at work here, because that's really cool.
Yeah, well, they're old runes, but they're new to us.
Right.
If they were new, that wouldn't make any sense. But they're old. Like, you know how Scheherazade is like older than the Arkan Empire? Yes.
Renly's running possibilities in their head for stop the fucking gear. Or stop the drone.
I will say, like,
Um,
the rock thrown at the machine has kind of incapacitated it for a little while, so some of the runes were able to recharge, which
Mhm.
means you like didn't take a tick on the clock
Mhm.
for it.
how many people?
However,
How many people
after
are
your
here?
next action, the clock will be done and the door will open.
I just how many people are currently working on the door, and are there like any security here?
So there are 2 workers. One of them is seemingly mostly there for hauling the equipment. The other one is the one that is actually like manning it.
Mhm.
The person that has knowledge of it, a artificer of some sort. And then there is about half a dozen armed guards
Okay.
in
Shit.
this courtyard.
Shit.
There's only 6 of them.
Okay. All right. I don't have a plan, but that's okay because I have an ability for this. I'm gonna go on a kind of like on where there. I'm assuming that because this is a construction site, there's other pieces of equipment that are left like just on their own, and that also there wouldn't be guards over there necessarily because they're just trying to make sure that you know what I mean. Like I want to go somewhere where there's I Click Clack is beelining it towards a kind of like I'm an area where there aren't people necessarily.
Mhm.
And they're going to use their power glove to basically like make a ruckus somewhere really loud, and then I guess the plan once they've done that will be don't be there when people show up. But that's not a plan, and I'm hoping that I can use my second wind ability to get all my effort back.
Mhm.
Because I'm just doing it, not really talking to anybody about it. Just like we need these people away from the door, so we need to distract them
Mhm.
to come away from the door, or make them feel like something is worth stopping what they're doing
Mhm.
until they investigate, right? And so Click's
Mhm.
just like, I need to be plan distract, which is not a plan, and just leaves.
Okay. So you want to make a ruckus, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
I will
And
give
get
you the option here of either going for a smash or a command, whatever you feel.
I'm gonna
fits
go with
more.
smash because I believe the glove will give me a dice, and that'll be 2 versus just 1.
You activating the glove?
Yeah, I am activating the glove.
Yeah. Okay. The glove absolutely will give you a bonus on smash rolls.
Okay.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I'm in the equivalent of what would be like the tool area.
Yeah. Hold on. Before you roll, I will. This is something that I kind of neglected on doing, but I will do here because we are in a very precarious situation. Normally, when I, as a GM, give you a role where consequences are a thing, I am like kind of encouraged to give you the full details on what the consequences are. So I will give you that right now. If you roll anything lower than a 6, you will still distract them, but you will not make enough of a ruckus to stop them from operating the drill.
Okay. So, I think there was a time when Renly and Click Clack were kids, and there were like traveling adventurers, and they had their own like tent and things, and we needed to sneak in and like we wanted to like basically look at their weapons and look at their travel gear and all this stuff while they were out, and I kind of was hoping I could use a Heart of Hearts to say like sneaking into places we're not supposed to be and causing a ruckus and or like even if it's accidental is something that Click and Renly have done before
Yeah.
to get a critical hit on the noise.
Heart of Hearts just gives you a straight up critical, right?
Yeah, it does. It gives me as if I rolled 2 6s.
Yeah. Then absolutely, yeah. You
And I
can
can
do
only
that.
use this ability once a session, but also only 3 times ever.
Nice.
So I'm gonna mark a use of it. One use.
All right. Yeah. You kind of, without a word to the rest of the group, kind of jump down the wall and start heading towards the kind of like how like this little kind of cabin where all of the tools are stored in, equipping like the Arkham Power Glove, and just big swing to one of the like structural pillars of the building, literally crumbling like a quarter of it into the ground.
Hell yeah.
As everyone in the courtyard now has their attention on you, including the person operating the drill, which will actually regenerate one section of the runic barrier.
Incredible.
I think.
But now
Renly-
all attention is on you. The rest of you all get one action before consequences start happening.
Great.
I will put up a second clock. Give me a second. There are a total of 8 people here. Let me make that this and like this. Or actually I can where are you? I can edit this one. 8 and then make that this. Boom.
Oh.
The outer 8 represent the guards that you have to deal with, or the general people that you have to deal with. The inner one is the ward. As you keep like every time that you manage to take one of the guards without a hindrance, this will not move. If you get a critical, it will actually regenerate one. But if you get a failure or a success with consequence, the like runic barrier will still tick down until you've taken out all of them.
Great.
Cool.
All right. So Click Clack had his move. Renly and Delia, what are you doing?
I'm throwing a fucking explosive tarot card into the where all the guards are.
Sweet. Give me a smash.
Oh I'm gonna roll so much smash.
Will I get a boon because that's technically a
Yeah,
in
I'll give you
combat
the info.
effect? Okay. Because I'm choosing things that I can do in combat. We're just not going full combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
If yeah, I have a great bluff if we need it.
Incredible.
How many dice are you rolling for this?
And I can I can use an effort, right?
Yes, you
Can
can
we
use
roll
an
an
effort
effort?
to push,
Cool.
and pushing gives you an extra die.
Cool. I'm gonna do that because I've regained all of my. I haven't used any of my effort, but I have just discovered something new and hidden. So, kind of, you know. All right. I got 2 5s.
Sweet. That is a success. However, with consequence, which means while you take out one of the guards, the barrier does get damaged.
Yeah. Hey, I tried.
All right, Renly.
Renly is going to, I think, it's really hard to operate magical machinery when there's a fucking gale force winds centered on you. So I think it's going to be the classic. I'm just going to try and disorient all of the guards with like Aether Wand.
The guards or the operator?
The operator.
Okay, so I will say this: success on this will, like, even on a consequence, will hinder the next tick from filling up once. If you get a critical, it will actually reset it by 1. If you get a consequence, you will take 1 strain as the guards are using the opportunity to attack you.
I would like to use an effort to help.
Yeah, you can spend an
give you a
effort
die.
for aid, which
Yeah, because I'm
gives
back
you a
at
boon.
0, so I'm gonna go ahead.
I'll push this one.
Sweet, that's 2 boons. Maxed out on dice.
And then I
Yeah, it's
also
5.
I have a passive thing in combat if this helps, but I'm not gonna do it because that's rude. I realized I'm like, wait, never mind. If you're rolling boons, I get to either choose if they're a 6 or a 1, and I'm not gonna do that. If you're right next to me. I have a lot of things that I'm being like, hey, we're not actually in combat. I'm not gonna do that.
All right. My best is a 5 here.
Alright. So you do stop. Yes?
I was just gonna say I'm actually gonna use improvise here, where I think what I'll say is just like I'll kick up a bunch of like rocks and dust from around the area with Aether Wand to just like fuck up the operator's ability to see.
Yeah.
And I don't actually have to spend that effort.
Sweet. But your highest is still a 5?
Highest is still a 5.
Alright. As you do disorient him enough to keep the thing from ticking for the next failure. However, because it is a success at cost, you do take 1 strain as one of the guards takes the moment to give you a good hit in the ribs. Ooh. Yeah. Kind of tackles you to the side as you're like throwing the wind wall out.
Yeah, like I think Renly just like immediately teleports out from underneath him. Like the guy goes up for like a haymaker, and Renly's just like, "Bye."
Yeah, in like the dust storm, where at this point there is a like sort of static building up as your magic starts charging. You use like the flash of lightning and the disorientation that comes with it to like immediately blitz out underneath him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I imagine like the light flashes, he blinks, and Renly is just like gone.
Exactly. All right. Now everyone's up again.
When I lead a team action, I get a +1 die on the action or increased effect, which is just a special ability I have.
Yes, but we're not currently doing a team action. Team actions
Okay.
are a specific thing, a specific
got
kind of
it.
role.
Okay, cool. I guess with the power gauntlet, can I shove the tech that's working on the thing away from the drill? Not attack the drill, but actually just shove, push.
Honestly, if you deck a guard here, that's pretty good for us because I've slowed the
Alright.
drill down a bit.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
I
then let
will.
me
I
do
will
that.
say you won't be able to attack the tech directly until you've dealt with all the guards. Like he is the 8th tick on the clock
Got it.
because the
got it.
guards will always kind of intercede and take the hit.
All right, well then I'm gonna go after the closest guard, just fly straight at one and try to push them.
Yeah, go ahead.
With the
Give me a
glove.
smash.
All right, so I have the glove and I have a 1, so that's 2 dice, right?
Yeah.
Like I have a 1. Okay. All right, please. I got a 5 and a 4.
Sweet. That is success at a cost. You take out the guard, but the guard also gets a hit on you.
So that's a
So
strain.
you take a strain. Yes.
Got it. Okay.
All right.
Not a problem.
Dropout.tv/no problem.
No problem.
No problem.
I'm going to how generally far between the door and the guard, like the drilling is like the thing, but where are the guards?
The drill is like directly in front of the door.
And then
The
where
tech
are the
is behind the drill. And then the other worker is kind of in front of it and is kind of at this point taking a defensive position, kind of away from you behind the drill. And then the guards are all like rushing you, while also like interceding between you and the enemy and the tech.
Okay, I'm going to how big is the tech area? In combat things, would that be 2 spaces of difficult terrain?
Well,
or does it not matter?
Again, the combat you don't
I
need
know.
to
I'm
look
just
at
trying.
the.
I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to get
Tell
an
me,
idea.
tell me what you're trying to do narratively.
I would like to fuck up all of the tech with a tarot card, like making sort of like putting it on the ground and like rising a bunch of rock up to make it like difficult terrain, so that like they don't have like a solid footing anymore.
Yeah, I will say that we'll have kind of the same effect as the Aether wand that Renly just used.
Yeah.
I will say this is magic for you, and magic for you is study. So give me a study roll.
6.
Because I'm becoming a threat for the guards, can I spend another effort to give them an extra die?
You can always spend effort on an 8 roll.
All right, I'll give you an extra die.
Okay.
Sweet.
I got a 6 and a 5.
Sweet. That is a success without consequence, which means in this case you won't take damage, and the drill is once again stopped for 1 action.
Hell yeah.
Incredible. I think the guard that just tackled Renly like goes for his saber or whatever he's armed with, and then looks down to see an empty sheath.
Mm-hmm.
And Renly is just holding both swords and goes, "Looking for something?" And then I think is going to like flip it around like as an offhand for the rapier, and then narratively set up for one of his combat stances, and then just start dueling the guards, like arcing like static to their like any metal pieces of like weaponry that they're holding to like drop it or like zap them into a stupor so that they like can't keep fighting.
Sweet. I will say that's probably either an excel or a smash.
Yeah, we'll call it a smash.
Sweet.
And then
can I add can I do like a setup roll to just like add a blessing to Renly? Like,
Um,
or like some sort of bardic inspiration vibes.
I would
where
say, because you've already gone, the only way you could aid him is by using by
using an effort. Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Right.
I'll
You
use an
haven't
effort.
done that yet. You haven't done that. So as long as I'm successful, you can just get the effort back here,
Great.
Sweet.
which puts me at 5 dice.
There we go.
Hard not to be successful.
Yeah, pretty hard not to be successful.
Yeah.
We've got.
Basically, I'll just like throw a card at you and be like, "Take care of the guards. I got the door."
Renly just rolls the shoulder and then just tosses the sword into the quarry. He's like,
What you got?
that's a 5 on the top end.
That's a 5 on the top end. Sweet. You take out another guard. You do, however, take 1 strain. As they do, like, as you toss the sword away, they do kind of try to hit you with a haymaker, and you just kind of narrowly avoid as they kind of hit your nose. But you then give them a punch back, and they just fall to the ground. But your nose is bleeding at this point.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Just got that fixed.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, and thanks to Lilia's action, as the round clocks over, there's no additional tick happening, which actually means that one of those receipts as the wall is starting to regenerate. Right, top up. Who wants to go first?
Click will throw himself into a guard.
Sweet. That is
Just
100% is.
I have so many abilities, like combat abilities, so I'm just going to use that to get a die for smash again.
Yeah. Go for it. Smash with a boon from the
very
combat
much like a
ability,
wrestling
boon
move.
from the power glove.
Oh, I also have one from the power glove, so it's 3 I'd get to roll, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then if anyone wants to aid you,
Does anyone?
or actually no, because you're already at 2 boons. You're already maxed
Oh,
out.
you're
Yeah.
right. So yeah, it wouldn't work. It would just be a waste. I got
I can't throw a tarot card at you.
Okay, got it.
Slap. Let's see.
Oh, that's a great roll. I got 2 6s and a 1.
Ooh, nice. That's a critical. You actually you throw yourself into one of the guards and you hit them with so much power as you kind of use the power glove, kind of slapping the ground, doing kind of almost like a Hulk leap with your shoulder forward, or with your horn forward, probably.
Yeah.
Kind of propelling yourself forward with the glove and knocking both him and the guy behind him into a wall, knocking both unconscious.
Yeah, as they bounce off the wall, like Clack has his arm up, so they just do that thing where they flip back over and then go smacking face down in the ground.
Yeah.
Very, very wrestling.
There's now one
Excellent.
guard left, the worker and the technician.
Are the worker and the technician looking like they will strike, or are they just civilians?
They do look like they will strike if need be.
Okay. Fine.
Right?
All right, cool. I imagine I imagine when Click Clack tackles one of those guys, their helmet or their pack flies into the air. And Renly's just going to spin kick it straight into the remaining guard as another improvised weapon. Renly
I will say that is an Excel roll.
That's fair.
Uh,
Just the Renly can't help themselves. Renly can't help themselves. They're like, I could just hit him with my sword. I'm probably better than him, but God, how funny would it be if I just kicked this
if
into his
I
head?
spend an effort and you
100%,
get an
yeah.
extra dice and you succeed, I get that effort back, right?
You've already done that this session
Yeah.
once, so not
Oh,
me.
got it. Okay, so but I am going to spend an effort just because I don't know how many dice you have for Excel.
Yeah, and it makes sense because you are technically the one who made this possible.
Yeah, I'm full up, but again, I have second wind, so as long as I don't plan things, I can always reset my effort.
Incredible. All right. I will also push this one.
Sweet. 2 boons, max out.
Oop, oop. Do that. Where'd my die go? I dropped it on the ground. I'll find it in a second. I'll roll a different one.
And Matt, by the way, second wind is a once a.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
write it down. Once a
Just
session.
in general, the second winds, like every class has a second wind ability, and they are a once a thing, like once an expedition kind of deal.
Once a session.
All right. Well, that's a lot of 3s and a couple of 2s.
That
Oh,
is
no.
a failure. As you try to kick the helmet, you've done this before with other people's equipment, and they usually don't weigh that much. This one is like a solid, like thick metal helmet, like think Noxian armor.
Oh, bud.
Oh God!
Like full on like fat metal plates. As you try to kick it, it kind of goes a little like distance, then clangs to the ground, and you just straight up like full on stub your toe on it with full force of a kick.
Red light.
Take a strain.
Ow! I'm good.
Clack
I'm
just-
good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Clack just tilts his head like you didn't want to hit him with your sword.
You're so much cooler than that. All right, Lilia is like, oh god, and is going to try
and
to.
also
Mhm.
because you haven't taken out a guard or impeded the drill, this will fill one of the segments of the clock.
I'm going to seal one or both. I don't know what you'll let me do. Of the just like civilian technicians. I'm gonna like try to throw a card at either one or both of them. If you let me do both, that'd be great. If not, also fine. Just one of them to like seal them and kind of like restrain them.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
This is again magic. Go for study. You get
Yep.
a boon from your ability.
And then I'm going to do spend an effort, and so I have 4 dice.
go ahead.
I got a 5.
5.
Five
Okay.
is my highest.
That is a success with complication. I will say you get one of them,
Mhm.
but not the one you aimed for, as the
Damn it.
final guard throws himself in between them and the card and gets hit by it and is bound. So now you only have the technician and the worker to
Okay.
worry about. But the commotion is enough to keep them from keeping the drill steady.
Great.
Um,
And Lilia this entire time is just running towards the door, like, beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
beep, 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 beep. I gotta touch that door.
Sweet. That brings us to the end of the round, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. The end of the round. 1 second fills. Which you had prevented the earlier rounds
I know.
by stopping the drill from operating, but
I was trying to get the
unfortunately-
technician so he couldn't do it, but I
Yeah. Unfortunately,
was trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But oh well.
you took out most of the like all of the guards.
Yeah, I
at
know,
this point,
I
at the
know.
very least.
Yeah.
But the spell does break. However, because there are no guards around anymore, only the workers, the doors are not immediately opened,
No.
which means the spell is broken, and part of the stone, unfortunately, as well. But you have a very, very easy time cleaning up with the 2 workers here.
Yeah, I imagine that like the spell breaks and the guy's like, yes, and then turns over and it's not one of his comrades, but Renly, who's like, do you have a permit for that? Wham!
Lily just like slaps a seal on the guy that's hiding and just runs towards the door. and just like puts tarot cards on it, be like, record the runes, please.
Yeah, and you do. God, I will say, what are we on time? I think we're
We're at 3:45.
3:45. This is honestly kind of perfect because this is kind of where this leg of the story would end naturally, as you have managed to get yourself in a very weird situation here because you have like failed your way into a successful position.
We did the math wrong, but we got the right answer.
Yeah,
And the door
Yeah.
kind
didn't get
of,
destroyed.
because the door didn't
It
get
got sort of
opened.
destroyed.
The door
Partially.
didn't get opened, but it is openable to
Mhm.
you. So
Yeah.
you're kind of in a midway point that I didn't quite anticipate. Where like the two endings that I had in mind is either the door gets opened or the door keeps closed, but now it's like Schrodinger's door.
Yeah. Well, Lily's got 2 tarot cards in the palm of her hands, just on the door, like using her like recording magic to like get the like as much of the runes that were still like she's trying to get there as
And-
she was
and
trying to get there
Torag
as
at the-
fast as she could.
Like Torek, who has been kind of keeping your backs clear from people, has been kind of like in the gate area, has kind of taken the position of beating the people back from like flushing in and
Mhm.
giving like backup to the guards in here. Has now also kind of concluded his part of the fighting. He's taken a few hits, but also taken out most of the people coming after you. Is now kind of rushing over to you and using his particular brand of magic to support you in like recording, but also like making sure that nothing comes out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lily is like really like her only thing is like I just need to know what the fuck this door means.
Yeah, and I think unfortunately we just are out of time. Otherwise, I would.
fucking hog tying every single one.
Oh yeah, no. Click is helping. Like just carrying the people into one pile so that we can like tie them together in a way where like if one person tries to pull free, it tightens it on others, so they can't untie themselves.
Yeah. I think we have a decision here to make. Kind of, do we, like, we as a group, do we feel like this is worth a second session at some point in the future, or do we want to just go into an epilogue right now?
I think
Because-
that depends on how much is in this thing, because we don't know.
I mean, we could always continue this game later, whether or not it's on the stream.
Yes,
Yeah.
that for sure. It is just a matter of like, are you continuing this here at this point, or do you want to like wrap up this part of the story and go for something else after this?
I don't know. I'd love to personally discover off stream
Yes.
what's behind that door.
I want to know what's
Yes.
in this door super bad, and I want chat to know a little bit. They've
Yeah,
been
they're-
here this whole time.
If we could do it again on stream, that's great. If not, that sucks. But we, also there might be something behind there to fight, is what Click's thinking.
Yeah. Not Lilia. Lilia's like, there's got to be something cool in there. Could be a monster.
Maybe
I've
maybe
talked
Alistair,
about this
maybe.
off stream to you, but also to chat. Like, this was a much larger thing originally. Like, this was planned out way in advance before we even knew that we were going to make this a streamed thing.
Mm-hmm.
This leg of the story. So I had to cut out a lot of stuff from this part. But we do technically like weirdly find ourselves in a situation where we can put a lot of that back in if we so decide.
Yeah.
So if y'all are willing and we can find the time for it, maybe we just see if we can do another stream in the future and make us a two-parter.
Sure. Ow. I'll make it. I'll put that on my goal list.
Sweet.
We
All
can-
right. Then, as you kind of do your cleanup, you take care of the rest of the guards who are kind of like now constrained due to space coming in one after the other. Very easy pickings for the likes of seasoned adventurers as yourself. Tie them up and kind of approach the door. Do you want to stop here, or do you want to open them?
Well, what Lily is doing while everyone's tying stuff up is like getting getting as many runes magically into her tarot cards as possible, and then gonna make a study roll with the last effort she has to write as many of the runes that she saw flicking whenever it got hit down in her in as much of the order, basically doing eidetic memory, writing pi in her notebook, as much as she can.
Go ahead and give me, this is a fortune roll. Just no consequences to this, using your study and your effort.
And since I have no effort anymore, I get a +1 to the dice because I'm exhausted.
Hell yeah.
Woohoo! I get +1 to study and sense when I'm exhausted.
Sweet.
Fuck yeah.
Well, that's a nice ability.
Yup.
Oh, you know what? That's very post-grad.
It is.
Yeah.
It's incredibly aggressively post-grad.
I got a 6 and a 5.
Woo!
Sweet. That is a success without consequence, or rather a high-ranking success on the fortune table, which I will say over the rather short period of time that you have to study this in the situation that you're in, you do gather quite a bit of information about this. For one, as you suspected, this is a large warding spell. The magnitude of it is incredible to you. This is a type of magic that you've heard tale of, but have never been able to see outside of the big cities that you've been in, where the guilds, mage guilds, rite guilds, will have the collective efforts of hundreds of people working on a spell like this. And mind you, have to also
maintain it,
keep refreshing it, keep maintaining it over the years. This maintains itself somehow. That is something that you've never seen before. This is living magic. The spell itself is almost like an organism that kind of feeds itself, almost regenerates and adapts. But it is now broken. Dead.
So wait, the spell that was on the door, keeping the door sealed, was adaptable?
Yep.
And
yes.
And
it could basically it could write its own new code.
Wow.
If some of the code was broken.
It's more like building scar tissue.
Yeah.
Wow. Click has
because
no
again,
idea what
this
any of that means,
magic,
I think that's crazy.
Less like code, more like living organism.
I mean, it's just like how our brains are a giant computer, but yeah.
Yeah. And you also, I will say, with a 6, figure out that this is contemporary to the Arcan Empire.
Contemporary to, post Arcan Empire?
No, contemporary, as in during the time of during the time of the Arcan Empire.
Oh.
But not of the Arcan Empire.
Okay.
Potentially a rival power.
Potentially.
And or just another civilization that existed while they existed.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, we've never heard about.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
We only thought Arkan Empire was the one that took over everything.
Yep. That is history as it is told.
That's huge.
Oh.
Can I magically carbon date it? Like as like a time? Can I as
Yeah,
Lilia
again,
write down a
it
date?
is not a date necessarily, because again, dates are kind of hard to
Sure.
do in a world where history hasn't been kept chronologically.
Mm-hmm.
But you do like get the sense that it is like contemporary again to the Arkan Empire, so around 1,000 to 1,200 years old.
So wait, here's my question to Bree. Once Lilia finds out that whatever's behind this door came from an entirely undiscovered civilization
Mm-hmm.
that was not the Arkan Empire, can she resist opening the door?
No, of course not.
But that's for next time.
Another time.
Yes.
Back to
As-
Schrodinger's door.
What? You guys are just gonna open up the door now that you stopped them from opening? Yeah, the point was to keep them from having control of it.
Yep. Like again, you lucked your way into a situation where you have control over the opening.
Hee. Yeah, silly question. Lily
It
was gonna
was.
open that door regardless. She just didn't want other people to discover it before she did.
No, if this was like a Saturday morning cartoon, the episode would end with like the hand on the door and like the pulling motion, and then cut to closing.
I
credits
will
song.
tell you exactly how we end. As we get a shot from inside
Nice.
the building, as the doors open and light falls in, we get like a backlit shot of the thunderstorm in the background, lightning crackling, throwing up light, backlighting the four of you, Torag, as well as the three of you, as you start to enter. And then we cut to credits.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, a flash of
Nice.
lightning, it goes dark. Credits.
So excited.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry for once again not being able to keep this to one session, but I feel like we
Man,
got to a very interesting point where I really
no, we
didn't
have-
want to just cut it off here, because
Yeah.
I feel like you've earned some more answers with your actions here. I also just there's some more character
that's
stuff here that I
cool.
want to dive into with the family,
Mhm.
especially with Rosso, because
Yeah.
I had precious little
Mhm.
time with him, unfortunately.
No, it's very interesting dynamic between the brothers and
Yeah.
like, I forget what the title would be, but like their like servant guy,
They're
guard guy.
Yeah,
butler,
he's
probably?
basically their butler. Yeah.
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 Yeah, the non one shot curse. Yeah.
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 Like
It happens.
y'all would not believe the amount of stuff that I had to cut from this already,
Mhm.
and we still ran late. And we still like there's still more. There's
Yeah.
always more.
Always. That's the
But
beauty of these
fun
games.
fun thing. Again, if we make this another streamed thing, y'all get to see some Icon combat next time.
Yeah, we'll do we'll just do a whole combat. Because it's really
Oh,
like I feel
can't-
like it's like a Dimension 20 sort of scenario where like one episode's talking, the other episode's combat. That's like how it has to be.
Uh-huh.
How it
I
has
also-
to be.
It's very.
I cannot wait to Limit Break. I am so pumped
Oh,
for Limit
yeah.
Break. I am
Oh, yeah.
like this stupid twink is so ridiculously cool in combat that it's like unfair.
I'm gonna be doing a
100%,
lot
yeah.
of lot of resource management over here.
I just want to read the name of this ability that I can't wait to use. It's called Gigaton Whip. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
That's
gonna say.
amazing.
I'm not
That's
saying any
great.
more. Save it for the stream.
So yeah.
Hell yeah.
If you guys in the chat want to see more of this, if you want to see more Lilia, Renly, and Click, I'll be having a probably that'll be my June goal. Will be part 2, and then after that, according to someone, I can't remember who, in chat came in and said that I should get a massage. And I'm only gonna do that after I'm done with all of my June, all of my work. So that'll be later in the
That will be
summer.
a post-con season.
Yeah.
Yeah, post-con, because otherwise you'll go get the massage and then go right back to all the tension.
Yeah, exactly. So this will be June's goal. So if you want to see more of it, it's gonna be another 150 goal, which I totally think we're gonna hit. And we already have all of the layout and everything, so
Yeah.
I don't think we have much else to do. It's just getting everyone's schedules together. So I hope you enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun for me. I always love inhabiting Lilia. I hope she was everything you guys wanted her to be. I love her duality of being super, super uninterested in people and really, really excited about inanimate objects.
Mhm.
Lamau. It's basically pay-per-view and I'm a pirate.
This is bullshit.
I was also gonna say, you could wait for it to the YouTube upload, but that's a long wait.
Yeah. And again, like, we're going to be continuing this off stream anyways at some point. So if you're like, if not on stream, you will definitely hear about it like afterwards.
Yeah. We'll
like,
tell you guys
these-
what happens if it doesn't happen on stream.
These characters are far from done with their adventuring days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've only just begun.
Yeah, thanks for
I
being
love
here,
it.
Lemon. Please go get some rest.
Yes.
Oh boy. This was so fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nico, for running the game.
It's a pay-per-view and
Was
I'm a
my
pirate.
pleasure.
I'm sorry, Alistair. That's just
My
how things
absolute
go.
pleasure.
Also, there are pirates in the
That
setting.
I hope y'all enjoyed this too. If you have any feedback for us, definitely let us know in the appropriate channels in the Discord.
Yeah.
If you want to see anything changed up, anything like added to the overlay or anything like that, let us know. And once again, if you want to check out the game yourself, it is currently pinned in chat. Massive Press, itch.io, the Icon 1.5 playtest is fully free. You can
Also post it in
basically
the
get
Discord.
all 500 pages of rules currently that are in the game and run your own games, which I highly encourage you. This is a really, really fun game. There's a lot of really cool like little lore in it. The rules, as you've seen, are very quick to pick up. And yeah, it has a very, very like unique draw to it, I feel.
And the combat system has its own
Oh
dice
boy, when-
mechanics.
just
And you
wait
don't even
until
have
we
to
get
use
to
it if you
combat.
don't want to. But it's so much fun. I highly recommend it.
Like you will see you will hopefully see tactical combat here soon. And I promise you, it's worth the wait. It is one of my favorite tactical combats I've played in any TTRPG ever, and it kicks like D&D's tactical combat in the nuts so hard. At least in my opinion.
But yeah, another time.
Another time. All right.
Yes, thank you for being here and watching.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for hosting Bree.
Where did you guys? What the heck? Where did my Discord go?
I don't know.
All right, weird. Thank you.
But I see
I'm
it's off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm about 2,000 words into chapter 7, and the flamboyantly fabulous, I don't know how to say that word. Deuteragonist?
Deuteragonist?
Deuteragonist.
I mean, that's Deuteragonist, but I don't know it. I have to. Aha.
The flamboyantly fabulous Deuteragonist Margot has uncovered the truth about the antagonist, and he's freaked out about it. It means a secondary main
Oh.
character. Ah! Okay.
I gotcha.
Well, hell yeah. I'm very happy for you. I'm glad you're cruising on your novels. That's really awesome.
Yes, congrats on that. That's awesome.
It's really, really cool. I'm very happy for you. Oh, boy. well, now we've got a June goal. And remember, you know, June goals, you can support them. You can support all of my goals by also getting stuff out of it yourself. Whether it's buying merch from my merch store, getting a commission from me on coffee, or becoming a part of my sticker club. So not only will you get a really cool stream out of it, you'll also get some really cool merch or commissions out of it. So win-win, really. But yeah, thank you, everybody. I'm so excited. I was so excited to play it. I hope Lilia was everything you guys wanted her to be. And that it was. Oh.
Nope.
Nico's gone. Nico's dead.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. And speaking of commissions, Alistair, I've finally finished with all of my May backlog, so now I'm on to my June stuff, which will be yours very soon. Which will be your commission very, very soon. But yeah. I don't know where Nico went. It's late for everybody on Europe, so in lieu of other things, I'm just gonna say I will be streaming again on Thursday. We're gonna be finishing up our mermaid piece, and then I sadly will not be streaming on Saturday because I will be doing another convention. I'll be doing a local show here called SpringCon. It's gonna be super, super awesome. So if you're in the Twin Cities area and want to come to SpringCon and see me and John selling our stuff, it'll be very, very cool. But yeah, I'll be back to streaming on Thursday, and I hope to see you all there. Toodaloo, everyone. I hope you have a very good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mwah.